Hey y'all, happy Monday. I didn't really anticipate coming on tonight, but then I decided to do a deep thoughts with Bullhorn Betty before bed because I figured, why not? If you haven't gone over and watched Burnt Toast Live from tonight, I highly recommend. I caught most of it and then I popped out for at the end, but it was incredible per always. So I highly suggest watching that too at some point. She just wrapped up and it was great. So we're gonna get into this. We're gonna do some before bed deep thoughts with Bullhorn Betty tonight because why the hell not? Betty's got a long day ahead tomorrow. I got a long day ahead tomorrow, so we could all use some laughs. Hey y'all. Happy Monday. I hope you guys are off to having a great week. I will have to interrupt us here in 15 minutes. That I do know for sure because I have banana bread baking. So trying to finish up all my little chores before taking Kenzie in the morning. And she's been stressed and nervous cleaning and reorganizing stuff in my kitchen all day. So I might have a few more gray hairs today than I did this morning. Nobody should ever complain about somebody cleaning or organizing, but trust me, when you have multiple people that are OCD and you have your stuff in your kitchen the way you want it, and then they decide that they need to move it because aesthetically to them it doesn't make sense, when functionality it makes sense. It's just a constant battle we go through. So I've just learned to pick my battles. So today I just let my kitchen get taken over in the house, and here we go. Hey, Duchess. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Aries. The Deflectionist, Steph, Catherine, Anyaka, Harley Rider. Who did I say what, Harley Rider? Electro, Chico's Corrupt Chronicles. Great live earlier today. Chico's, you guys make sure. Somebody, will you drop me Chico's link? I will in a moment. When I can grab my phone. Hold on. Clemson Girl. That Ellen T. Kathy 4, Revival, Sunday Doodles, Terry Dean, Ronan the Voice, Mystic Butterfly, LFT. I got a lot of listening done today, though, too. Rondi, I went and listened to Chesh for quite a while today, which I hadn't caught up, and whoa is all I got to say. Miss Britt, Peg. It'll be good. Tomorrow will go good for Kins. She's just stressed. You stress mode the yard, I know. Oh, that's cool, Aries. It'd be kind of a little intimidating, though, too. Falcon's got big old claws. Hey, yep. To watch. You said they were very good. Oh, Burnt Toast, Harley Rider. Over here. Hello. Yeah, that Ellen, she's a ball of energy tonight. Oh no, the Deflectionist. We move our barbecuer out every time I use it. We used it tonight and then put it back. But I just want one that just permanently stays. I love outdoor kitchens. One day I will have an outdoor kitchen. Hey, Linda Lane, JJ Wooddrake, Tonka Girl, Fit and Curvy. Oh, I didn't know that about Darth Vader either. Yes, Chico's almost to 1K. So if everybody could do me a favor and please go sub up to Chico, it would mean the world. Hey, Marcy. And yes, I'm emotionally manipulating you guys right now. Thanks in advance. Hey, Wolfie. All right, y'all. We're going to talk some bullhorn Betty because, oh my goodness, what is she doing? We're going to do some bullhorn Betty before bed. I swear, every time I see her, I'm like, it can't get more cringe. Oh, it can. It can. It can. She just finished. So this will be fun. Some deep thoughts with Bullhorn Betty. Deep, deep thoughts, you know. Biohazard Betty, that's a good name. Oh my gosh, right? That Ellen, they would have a total hissy fit. Hold on, let's go check this before we start this. You guys, there's some comments she made tonight. Like, my attorney told, can you pause that just for 1 second? Sorry, I'm going to check the banana bread. Kyle's got the TV on, and I don't want it to be blasting in your ear, but I hate asking him to turn it down too. Here, I'll show you what I'm doing. Hold on. Where's my little thingamabobber? I'm waiting on my banana bread to be done. That's what I've been doing. And yes, for the women, we've got 8 more minutes left, it says. So we got a little bit. We'll start this, and then I'll come take it out. Go ahead, babe. Sorry about that. I'm trying to get everything done. I made Kyle's cheesecake, banana bread, made dinner, got my dinners planned for the week. Tomorrow we'll do a fend for themselves night. Yes. KB Bells. Yes, that was me. Do you want me to play that right quick? It's hysterical. I have it on my phone. It's hysterical. Hey, Beth. Good to see you. Dexter can't decide if he wants to be in or out. Come on over. Hey, Tracy. Strutter 614. Tonight, this is just wild. Okay, y'all. I guess Dexter can't decide. Oh, hold on. You know what we're going to have to do? Come on over for banana bread. It smells good in the house right now. At least, and Kyle already ate some cheesecake. They're all spoiled around here. Yes. Is she lying down? Oh my gosh, not yet. Hold on, though. It's funny. Hey, y'all, Nana's not drunk. Okay. Dexter's got his treats. I might as well just get all these things out of the way because otherwise they're going to all bug me. Even though Dad's sitting right here, they'll come and they'll annoy him until he gets annoyed and gives in, and then I get annoyed and give in. They're so bad. The zoo is so bad. All right, y'all. Let's watch some deep thoughts with Bullhorn Betty. No, I do not know what's going to happen tomorrow. No, I do not want to make a prediction. No, I have no clue. No, I couldn't tell you. I am not a legal beagle. She might have multiple black tank tops, in all fairness. I'm giving here a little bit revival because this is a mess. Oh no, yep, really? Okay. All right, here we go. I'm not familiar with court stuff like she is, so we will see. And no, she is no longer live. In fact, hold on, let me take that off just so nobody thinks I'm stream sniping her because that's not what this is. She's done. She actually did 1 hour on the freaking dot. That's pretty skilled. I'll give her that. All right, here we roll. Let's get some deep thoughts with Bullhorn Betty. If this all falls under fair use, then this is for entertainment purposes only, because that's all you can do at this point is laugh at this ridiculous, in my opinion, bed bug.
My screen, I didn't realize how fuzzy it is. Hold on.
We're gonna
There
probably
you go. Maybe you guys can see me a little better. I just got out of the shower, blow dried my hair, getting ready. We had such a busy day today. We cleared some bridges, not under the bridges. We just went by and checked out several bridges.
She had such a busy day today. And incredibly, she looks just plumb exhausted.
Tony was able to get the drone out and drone an area for me. I haven't gotten the footage of that, but he's got it.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
So that's good. And we looked at several different bridges that I think would be prime for sonar, boat searches.
She's really got to play it up that her back is probably in bad shape in case she has to go beyond cement again, because that was such a hard thing for her, for them to put her in a jail cell on concrete where, people that go to jail end up, unfortunately. Like, welcome to our jails and our prison system. And she thought she somehow, I don't know, I guess she thought she was in a Norway prison for a moment versus what the real. And you would think she spent enough time in those holding cells, I think, in my opinion.
We went to an area, somebody had sent me like 5 or so bridges off of 49, Tennessee 49. And I tried, when you guys send me stuff, hey, Cheeky Chops, it's nice to see you. Me and you out.
Whoa, Beddy, the girls. Come on now, bro. My God, here you go. Beddy's giving tonight. She's giving all. Hold on. Let me get rid of this for you too. So you can take the full. There you go. Don't say I never gave you anything. Beddy has got the boobies front and center tonight. I mean, I'm all about free the bra, free the boobs, burn the bra, whatever you want to do. But I mean, that left girl needs some help there, sister. She's fighting for dear life out there. Okay, carry on. You're welcome. Don't say I never gave you anything. It might be nausea before bed, but.
Our Banks, it's nice to see you all. Jules, Linda, Lisa, me always. It's nice to see you. It's nice to see you. Sammy, Michelle, Rebecca, good evening, y'all. I usually...
Tornado Grammy, I would be all for her having an OnlyFans account, truly, because that means that she would have moved on from exploiting children, in my opinion. So I'm all for that. Do that. Go sell your feet. Go sell whatever. You've already sold your soul. Go sell whatever you want to. Just leave the children and their families alone.
Like, I'm utterly exhausted. It's like 8:30 my time, which is 9:30 my original time, which usually I'm asleep. Reach, Hope, Anita, Lisa, Tibito, it's nice to see you. Terry, it's nice to see you as well.
I can't do this.
So we were able to get, I got to say that somebody had sent me, they did a lot of time and they took screenshots of the.
I just sped her up too, for those wondering.
Area instead of putting the links in the email. So
she's even bitching about things that she had her subscribers do. Like, she had her subscribers go in and do all this shit for her, but now she's complaining about what they did. They made her work more.
There were several areas that have the same exact address off of Tennessee 49 in different cities. So I went to the closest one and it was backwoods. I mean, there was no bridges. Like, it took us like an hour to do like 4 of them. And there was literally no bridges out there. No bridges that went over water, no bridges at all. So it was like, it wasn't defeating or anything like that, but we definitely know that it wasn't in that area. We can mark that whole area off our search grid. But I got to say, we definitely.
She needs to take that machete and whack those ends of the straw hair off. She really does. And normally I don't, whatever, but no, it's gotten bad.
Definitely tried to hit as many as we could. We found 2 full locations that might be prime for searching. We would have had 3, but one of those locations they had already previously cleared. And as a matter of fact, was one of the areas that they had found something of concern, but after reviewing it, they realized it wasn't anything that was related to Sebastian's case. So they moved on. So that was good. A lot of people don't realize, hey, sweet misery, it's nice to see you. a lot of people don't realize when we're here, even with things, going on around us, we always keep Sebastian Rogers at the forefront. Our Taylor, we're not going to be supporting anything that Terry Lynn does.
Okay, so she is really upset today. Yeah, Tony was with her. She said in the beginning, her and Tony went out. Hey, Marigold is valid. Hey, Mimi of 8, Michelle, Tracy, Kay, fit and curvy, right? Well, I can't say anything though. Like, do you? They're boobs at the end of the day. Like, that's the least of my concerns about this one, truthfully. It is very bizarre. It is a very bizarre angle. I'm not exactly sure what we're doing here with it. Hey, Kimberly. Yeah, she has done everything to take the focus off Sebastian. Hold on. Banana bread it's beeping, so we're gonna go take it out right quick. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna let you guys listen to her as I do this though. Actually, Kyle can come say hi to you guys for a second. He's like, do I have to? He's exhausted. Thank you, babe. Yeah. For letting me know. Give me 1 second, you guys, and then I'll play this. All right. Banana bread is out of the oven. Oven is off. When your boobs hang to your navel, you need a good bra. Well, I mean, I don't know where her navel is at the moment and don't really care to know. That's too much of a visual for me.
I'm officially done with her after finding out that she's hanging out with every single hate channel out imaginable out here.
Okay, tell me, audience, who has Terry Lynn been hanging out with? What happened or what popped off with Terry Lynn? That I do not know. No, it's not a green screen. It's hotel pillows is what it looks like. It looks like she's got the pillows propped up behind her. Hey, Maria. Hey, Meg.
I got nothing for her. I got no love for her. I got no respect for her. I don't really give a rat's ass. Don't be posting her stuff in my chat anymore. I'm done. I've washed my hands of her. I tried to give her another chance and tried to, show a little grace. And then after her having to, feel important again and going and running her mouth. And not only that, if it was truthful, it would be one thing, but it's constantly lies. And
well, we've known that from jump though. Like, are you just catching on? Yeah, I don't know what she's up to right now. Because we've all known that Terry Lynn was lying and creating havoc all along. I don't think anybody over here is shocked by that. We've watched her interviews. We've seen what she's done. We've heard the lies. I'm not really sure where Beddy's just catching on.
And it always hurts Seth. The only person out here looking for a son, it always hurts him. She's got nothing nice to ever say about Seth. And you know what? At the end of the day.
But it was fine and dandy when she was coming out here recording calls on Chris. It was fine when she was doing all that stuff to Chris and Katie.
Buzz off, Terry Lynn. Just buzz off. I literally want nothing to do with you. Talk shit about me. Go on every single hate channel and feel important for your 15 minutes. But just understand one thing. You gave up a real friend, me, for a bunch of trash bags that are going to end up.
A real friend? Like they were that good of friends? I guess I didn't know about their friendship was this deep. Huh.
Stabbing you in the back and dragging you as soon as this case is over. So deuces, babe. I've given you
deuces, babe. She even gave her a deuces, babe. Like, this is
every opportunity. I told you the drama I didn't like. You said you're not part of the drama, but here we are.
The drama. Beddy didn't like the drama. Ma'am, lean in. I'm stealing everybody else's line now. So I can smack you. Just joking. But what is this about, Beddy? You do nothing but drama. In fact, somebody asked about this phone call that Beddy, is anybody in here that hasn't heard that phone call? Does everybody know about the Beddy phone call to me over a year ago? Somebody mentioned it earlier. I can play it if you guys want me to. It's right here. It's just hysterical because she is so delusional. I'm not really sure, Sunday Doodles. Here, let's play the reminder of little Miss Innocent Beddy. Oh, hold on.
Just wanted to call you, say hi, babe.
Oh, hold on.
How you doing?
Go back.
Yeah, Becky, it's Bullhorn Betty. Just wanted to call you, say hi, babe. How you doing? Want to find out what your big deal is. Just trying to find out, what your problem is. I mean, my name's Andra. My real name is, and you being on Andrea Loop and all, I'm just curious.
That's my mom's old address when I lived in Montana, like 15, 20 years ago. Just so you know. This phone call was January 31st, 2023.
Is there something I can do for you? Is there some kind of conversation we can have? Please.
No.
By all means, you see my number on your phone. Why don't you give me a call back, babe, before this gets any worse for you?
Gets any worse for me. The irony of this call when you hear the rest of this live tonight, too.
Get me? Have a good day. God bless.
God bless. God bless. So that was January 31st, 2023, when she was sitting next to Molly Golightly when they were in Pennsylvania. Yeah. Call me back, babe, if you know what's good for you. They were so upset. And it went straight to voicemail. Kyle and I were watching TV on the couch. I had no idea she called. Then I looked down at my phone and I'm like, what the fuck? Who left me a message from this number? And I listened to it and about fucking fell over laughing. And so I came live and I was like, you guys are not going to believe this shit. And I played it. We were laughing so hard about that shit because it was like, do you really think that's intimidating to me? You threatened me with an address from 15 years ago. I had already been doxxed. Like everything had been put out here by the woman she was sitting next to. I was like, this is not bothering me. Yes, this was when everybody changed their names to Becky. Yep. Sure was.
Every freaking day. Drama, 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 drama. You are not a bullhorn at all. So don't sit there.
You are not a bullhorn. We are removing your bullhorn, Terry. If you ever had a bullhorn in your possession, I'm going to need you to turn it over or it will be confiscated at the next running into with Bullhorn Betty. Your bullhorn has been revoked.
There and ever use bullhorn in your name ever again because you're not a bullhorn. You never will be. We have a little more class and we definitely have a hell of a lot more integrity.
A little more class. A little more class, she says. The bullhorn means class, my friends. I mean, last I knew, it meant loud, obnoxious, deranged, unhinged, lunatickery, if that's a word. If not, we're going with it because what the frick is this?
So deuces, rock it out with your coffee beans out.
Deuces. She deuced her again. Like, this is a real breakup. They are really breaking up. It's over. Oh, no. Like, this is Heartbreak Motel.
I'm done.
She is DONE. Done.
I listened to it. And you know what? There's sometimes you just got to stand alone in order to make an
Man, Chico, her ass is even itching and she's scratching all of it tonight.
impact. And this lady can't stand alone. She doesn't know how to be a true friend to anybody.
She cannot stand alone. Actually, I think we've seen her stand a whole lot alone in parking lots by herself, talking to herself all hours of the night, alone in parking lots. Yeah, I'm not questioning her ability to stand alone whatsoever over here.
So maybe she's just in the very company that she needs to be in. But no, I'm done with her. You guys can go out there if you want to. I can tell you the search is.
You have her permission. Her bullhorn has been revoked, but you have her permission to go.
Whatever. Walk in circles. I don't know.
Walk in circles. She just said walk in circles. See, you even know she can stand on her own. She can even follow circles. She can do a figure 8. Good job, Betty. You're catching on.
I really don't care at this point. The only thing
There's always sniffers, Betty. Don't be so hurt. Sniffers will be your friend. His little puff and your little puff are about the same at this point. If we're talking alive hair, I mean, you got a lot of dead shit on that head, but okay. I mean, you could always Sniffers. He's next up. He needs a friend. He's out there talking to a shovel and sniffing the air.
I care about is how Seth is being treated. and the lies that constantly come out of her mouth. And it's just like, every time we try to give her an opportunity to be on the right side of things, she has to ruin it because she needs to be popular. She needs the clicks and views. She needs the freaking attention. Like,
she needs to be popular.
That will come if you do great work. But what you're doing is you've just made yourself uncredible, and nobody's going to after this.
Uncredible. That's what made her uncredible, was her not being your friend. Oh, Lord. Oh, Beddy, the delusions before jail. I mean, court.
This case, her channel's going to crash and burn. Watch, mark my words. I'm right about everything. You guys know I am.
Her channel's going to crash.
So, yeah. Tomorrow's going to be long. So anybody come.
As long as your boobs? Oh, wait. I didn't mean that.
Yeah, it's going to be prepared to be.
I mean, as Mr. Ed's face?
They're all literally.
Shit, I didn't mean that either. It's just going to be a long day. Okay. Yep. It will be a long day tomorrow too. Thank you for asking, Beddy. Yep. It'll be a long day. But guess what? Mine's not self-inflicted pain. Yours is. Truly.
Really all day. I had to drop over another $1,000, almost $1,100 today. Almost 1,100 on court reporters and other legal expenses today.
Almost 1,100. So like $1,198. Like almost 11. Why don't you just say what you're asking for?
So, every time we have an opportunity to raise money to pay back what we already owe, we end up having to spend some of it.
Oh, the guilt trip.
For more legal stuff. So,
well, yeah, you got 6 criminal violations and 4 orders of protection. A standard attorney retainer, from my understanding, is like starting out minimum between $3,500 to $5,000 on one of those things, let alone you've got what? 3 orders of protection, 1 temporary order of protection, and 6 criminal violations. Is that correct? Like, that's a lot at one time for an attorney. I don't even want to know what a bill could end up.
We're kind of, it just sucks. It just sucks, but that's okay. We gave ourselves 6 months. I think that channel will pull through in 6 months. So it's not a pressing issue, but we just got to stay focused on getting that.
The channel's going to pull through in 6 months. What's that mean? Anybody have any random thoughts of why she's saying 6 months? This is crazy.
That money back, but
legal fees are expensive.
I'm very thankful for everybody that has been so generous with your time and money. It has been going to, like I promised you, it wouldn't go to anything other than legal expenses, and it's going to nothing than the legal expenses. So, if it wasn't for you guys, I can guarantee this situation would be a lot worse for me. And I just really appreciate it. But you know what? At the end of the day, they wanted to distract from Sebastian, and here I am back in Tennessee, and we were able to.
I get really sick of hearing people say that they don't want their child found, that they're the ones out here trying to distract everybody from finding Sebastian, that nobody wants Sebastian found, that every time anybody gets called out, it's because they don't want Sebastian found, when that it couldn't be further from the truth. I just get really fed up hearing that, because one thing about Chris and Katie is they've always wanted Sebastian to be found and to come home. And to say that continually, repeatedly, and to have it drove in every fucking day, all day long, by people like Justin. By the way, Spanky, you are such a fucking phony liar. I found more clips of you acknowledging me and talking about me in chats and such on. So you can stick that in your pipe and smoke it, like you say. He is one of the worst. All day, every day, he's pushing these narratives that they don't want their child found. He's just as bad as she is. Just as bad. He just does it with a smile on his face. And he doesn't go out there. He didn't this time. In Georgia, he sure as hell did. But he's always doing something in these cases. And it's absolutely disgusting that they continue to say that they don't want their child found, that they're the ones doing everything to distract. No, they didn't bring the drama into this shit and ask for all of this. They didn't do that. And then to turn around and try and excuse all this shit because they claim that just irritates the piss out of me.
It'll work. Just saying. Just saying, we were able to work. We were able to look for Sebastian. We were able to look at bridges. We were able to look at some waterways. We were able to get.
And by the way, if I have time later this week, Kenzie's having surgery tomorrow, so I'll be off tomorrow for sure. Depending on how she feels Wednesday, I might be here. But we're going to go back and I'm going to show you some historical things of what he's done in many different cases, because I think it's time people remember who that mofo is too.
Strategy for our next search, for our next adventure out here, it's just.
Chana, they made shirts. Her supporters made shirts for tomorrow. Oh my God, she is acting like she is. This is wild to me.
What do we do? What are we here for? I went to jail advocating for Sebastian Rogers. I'm not going to let Sumner County, I'm not going to let these animals on the streets.
You were not advocating for Sebastian Rogers, because if you were advocating for Sebastian Rogers, you would not be attacking his parents. Advocation of missing children is not attacking the parents. Sorry. Not at all. Advocates stick very unbiased and stay out of the shit. That's why I will never say I'm an advocate on this internet, because my mouth is going to say what the reality is. But to say that you're an advocate for a missing child when you spend all of your time accusing his parents of harming him, numerous times you've said that out of your own mouth. You're not advocating for anybody but your own self.
YouTube distract from this boy any longer. I heard 2 content creators. Now, I didn't hear myself. I don't listen to the trash. But I heard 2 content creators basically accusing a man that was on film the whole night. Like, how stupid can you be? Like, literally, how idiotic can one person be to think that Seth is responsible? Can you please explain to me why he's on camera through the times that Sebastian went missing? But
well, if we're being technically fair across the board, we don't know what law enforcement has. The assumption, in my opinion, would be that they have said that everything has been vetted, meaning his alibi has been vetted. Same as Chris, though, that they've been cooperative. Same as Katie. If we're going to take law enforcement at their word, we know that all 3 of them have been cooperative and their stories have been vetted. So I thought it was a stupid thing to even start in the beginning, because it came from Terry Lynn telling it to somebody. Do I know for a fact where he was? Hell no, I don't. I'm not law enforcement. I'm not trying to solve this case.
Again, was there to unalive his son. Like, these creators and the creators that are now getting involved with.
It doesn't, Revival. It doesn't. That's all we know, though, as fact, is that they've all been cooperative and their stories have been vetted. What those stories were, we don't really truly know.
Felon channels is just amazing to me. And they wonder why nobody takes them seriously anymore. It's because you have no integrity. As soon as shit gets deep, you run and jump and go and get protection from the criminals. No different than the criminal parents that we cover on this channel on a daily basis. It's sickening to me. It's sickening to me. But we know who the good creators are, and we know who the trash creators are.
Oh,
and it even sounds like some of the good creators went over to the trash channels, and that tells you their integrity, right? So I was sitting there talking, and I'm like,
this one's talking about integrity. Say it ain't so.
we were out to dinner. There was another guest with us, and we got into the conversation of these channels, these hate channels. And then we learned through, I think it was Nick, that they're starting to reach out to his work. Remember
to his work? People are reaching out to Nick's work. Am I confused? I thought Nick was a journalist. Or is she talking about?
Once upon a time, the other channels say they don't go real life. Remember that? It was only us. We go real life, and shame on us for going real life, and da 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 da. And I kept saying, they're always telling you to look over here, so you're not looking over there.
I thought Nick was a journalist. I thought he was part of Team Dog the Bounty Hunter. I thought this was his job. So what?
Well, they can't hide it anymore. These channels are trying to ruin people's lives for looking for this boy.
I'm really confused by that. Sorry. I'm like taken back by that, because from what I've heard, he was a journalist according to his words, and he hunts things.
Ruin their lives. And people want to know why I say, if you go to these channels, I want nothing to do with you. It's because you guys don't realize what you are supporting. You're supporting. Like if it happened to them, they would be screaming for the rooftop about how unfair this is and how we're horrible people for going real life. But it's always okay for them to do it. It's always okay for them to try to get people.
Show me where it was done. Show proof that this actually happened. See, unlike you, I can show proof easily and have it's in videos too of you calling me and giving me a veiled threat. People can show proof of you doing these things to them, but it seems like there's never any proof on your side shown.
People fired from their legitimate job when these yahoos can't even get a freaking job at the.
Speaking of people fired from jobs, does anybody remember Ashley Furniture? Anybody remember Dawn Wells? Anybody else remember anybody else they've attempted to be fired from jobs?
Slurpee counter of a 7-Eleven. And every time I turn around, I see people going in there, good, respectable people. Why are you watching that trash? You know, every time you go in there, you are giving them money to continue this. Just like every time you come over here and you hate me so much, you're giving me money to continue this. I never called the health department, Brenda.
She's lumping us in with like Terry Lynn, and I take offense to that shit right now, actually. Like, no, separate us out, please, by sections. Name names, Betty.
You're a freaking idiot. Who told you that? All I did was call her out online. Dum-dum.
Dum-dum. Dum-dum.
You know, this is the idiocracy.
The idiocracy. Idiostasy. She was going to say it again. Idiostasy.
Because somebody told you I called the health department, you just believe it?
You threatened to call the health department, Betty. She's talking about Barbecue Lady. She threatened to call the health department on Barbecue Lady for cats on her counter. Yeah, Ashley Furniture. Yep. Name names, dum-dum. Right, Johnson? I hope you guys had a great time on your vacation.
When have I called any department on anyone? You're a
Has she called? Who's in here that would know? Has she actually called? I don't fuck with Barbecue Lady, so there's that. We will see who Dum Dum is tomorrow. Hey, Becca. This is wild.
fucking idiot. You don't deserve to be in here at all. Bye.
You're
don't
a
come back.
fucking idiot.
Please, by all means, don't come back. We don't need your kind over here. You're too stupid to be on the Bullhorn Betty channel.
You're too stupid to be on the Bullhorn Betty channel. We're revoking bullhorns tonight. SF, is that who she's talking about? Beat to him. She did call. Oh my God.
So at the end of the day, and excuse me for cussing. I'm sorry. I've had a long day. And I don't have time
I love
for
your
stupidity.
name.
And it's just like, you know, I don't understand.
No shit. The health department showed up last week. Well, we don't know if she was the one that actually called, though, right? Somebody could have called. Someone called. Okay. Unless there's proof been shown. I'll just say, well, I won't even say that. I'll say it sounds like that happened, but I'll wait.
And why they actually believe the horse manure coming out of these channels' mouths when they're caught over and over and over and over and over again. Lying.
He did turn in SF. You're right on that revival. Yep, she sure did.
And
can I just ask a question? When did SF ever say he was retained by the Proudfoots? Has anybody seen SF ever say he was retained as the private eye for the Proudfoots? My understanding was that SF was going on his own dime to volunteer. Basically, I don't know if I ever took anything he was saying as he was retained on their behalf. Because I've heard that rumor tonight too from Nick the Hat. Nick the Hat was saying that there's like they reached out and did all this stuff, and I have not seen SF claim that he was retained by the Proudfoot family.
Lying through their teeth and lying about everything. But all of a sudden, it's true that I call a health department. Have you ever thought about asking for freaking receipts, dum-dum? It would be nice, right? It would be nice. Just saying. Just saying. So you got all these idiots that
it could be somebody else though too that called too. I mean, if we're being honest about it, I would have to see proof of that because that one also, yeah, you guys know how I feel about that one. Sorry, not going to change.
Here, right? A lot of idiots came into town to watch my court hearing, but they can't come into town to search for Sebastian Rogers. They can't come into town to help post flyers. Now that they're here, they'll do a little something, of course, so they don't look like the trash that they are. But they won't come here on their own accord to do the right thing. You know, it's very, very disheartening. It's very disingenuous rather. These people, they don't care about this boy. They don't care about destroying people's real life, right?
Destroying people's real life. Should we talk about destroying people's real lives? Like following around the family, going by the family's house at 3 o'clock in the morning, posting signs on the family's yard where everybody in the neighborhood knows, running with salacious rumors, driving by their campers over and over, going to their workplaces over and over. Should we talk about attempting to destroy people's real lives? Should we talk about the false allegations of the neighbor, the fake neighbor, the rumors of what Sweetie Pilo attempted to start? You know, the multiple different cousins and all the things that have happened to the Proudfoot family throughout this. We could talk about stuff that's been happening to Seth too, except I don't even know. Like, I have not seen anybody keep Seth under surveillance, not once. And maybe I'm wrong, but I haven't seen it. I have not seen anything like people pretending to be Seth's family calling in or anything of that nature. I haven't seen anybody pretend to be Seth's cousin. I haven't seen any of that. If it's out there and exists, let me know.
So I'm going to say, fine, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. You guys have at it. I'm not going to hold you back anymore. You know, you guys want to go over there and trash them, trash them. If you don't. I don't really care anymore. Because you know what? These people are destroying people that have good intentions because they don't like the commentary coming out of their mouth. Grow up. If you don't like it, change the channel. It's called being an adult. I know many adults can't quite get it because their mommy and daddy didn't teach them how to be an adult. So please, any parents in my chat, please teach your children how to be an adult, how to change the channel if they don't like it, and understand that if they don't like something, that's their problem, not the other person's. That it's their responsibility to excuse themselves from the situation, not stop the situation. You see how that works? It's called being an adult. And I know that a lot.
It's called being an adult. But when she doesn't get her way, she does all of the things. Okay.
Of people are lacking mommy and daddy or mommy and daddy's attention. Maybe there's just too many substances going on. I don't know.
What? Betty, just stop. Just stop. You're just sounding completely ridiculous right now.
I don't really care. I just think people need to grow up. Tomorrow we'll be there all day.
Says the woman who has a bullhorn and screams out of a bullhorn. Okay. And I think it's bedazzled.
We don't care about much of anything. We met our goal. We've got some local media there. We got Court TV that's going to be there.
We met our goal. We have local media and Court TV. Again, tell me there wasn't a whole PR stunt that was put into action at the last minute here. That's what I had a feeling. And she just admits that it was their goal. It was their goal to have media there. See, once again, this isn't about Sebastian being missing. This is about Beddy and the attention it's bringing for all the characters who have inserted themselves in this case, such as Tony Mathis.
You know, that was our biggest concern because, to be honest with you, I've been treated very poorly in this community, and I want to make sure if they're going to violate my rights anymore, that it's captured on national TV.
You might not be physically afraid of her, Kim, but the hate that she is inciting and the false stories that they are telling to thousands of people on the daily, you don't know who you're ramping up to do what to whom. And when they are constantly accusing this family of harming their child when we have no proof that that happened, you're inciting violence. You're inciting something bad to happen to this parent, especially when you're doing it on the daily over and over again and telling people that she basically says Chris and Katie now did something to harm Sebastian when we don't have any evidence to prove that is true whatsoever. And when you are following them around and inciting things like that in their local area and amping up the people that they live next to even and pushing those, again, you might not be physically afraid of her, but this is dangerous.
And so we got what we wanted. National TV will be here. And, you know, it's just one of those things. So I really am very confident in my attorney. My attorney is very good. He's respected around here. And I'm hopeful to see things move tomorrow. You know, these people lied, and I don't know.
You notice she can't look at the camera straight on tonight. She's got to look up at the ceiling from direction to direction.
Why in the world that they would literally get on the witness stand to be made out to be liars in front of national TV, but hey, to each their own, right? To each their own.
And what if that doesn't happen? What if that does not happen? What if you're made out to be a liar?
they're all going to be in the courtroom, which I know is what's bringing a lot of the attention and social media in. And I don't have qualms with social media being here because I really don't care. I'm on TV now, I'm on TV there. It doesn't really matter, right? But it's just what upsets me the most is they can't come out here to look for a 15-year-old boy, but they can come out here for Bullhorn Betty. That's the saddest part. That's the saddest part. Everybody keeps saying Bullhorn Betty makes it about Bullhorn Betty. No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
They keep doing that. I keep trying to focus.
No, they have rights. They have victims' rights. They have rights just like you do. You, in my opinion, violated their rights. And they're taking legal actions to handle it. That's a you thing.
Focus on Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. They're the ones that like all the chaos and drama to help their clients, which are typically the people that the reason why our victims missing or deceased, is
once again, the night before court, she's blaming them. Okay.
Their clients, these hate channels clients, right? That's why they get paid $1,000 from family.
Oh, hate channels clients, once again, trying to put the billboard money as some sort of payment for some sort of service. I'm sorry, what service do you think she's offering anybody? Come on now.
And stuff like that for billboards 7 months after their child goes missing, as if they can't put their own billboards up, right? Seems a little funny.
Why would they need to put up their own when there's multiple people doing it and they can just donate and don't have to worry about the stress of that? I mean, there's that too. They have enough going on, if you ask me.
So we'll continue to do what we do best, and that's victim focused. We are boots on the ground. We do not break the law. As a matter of fact,
I think she said boobs on the ground. I mean, that's where they look like they're hanging tonight.
I think the only thing that's going to save me in this situation is the fact that I was overly cautious and I made sure that I understood exactly the laws, including the easements. And
she knew exactly the laws. This is not going to help your case at all. You just admitted to saying you knew exactly the laws and you were overly cautious. So you knew it was against Tennessee law to post signs on telephone poles, and you decided to go ahead and continue on and do that, correct?
And the setbacks on people's property to make sure I did not violate one single law in this county, and also made sure that everything was recorded. So I think that those things are going to play out. I think my work is legit. I think
she thinks her work is legit. Well, good thing that's just a thought. It probably fleeted your head already.
That I just feel like once the attorney or once the judge hears the real facts of this, he'll know what's really going on. And I feel like he'll see through it because, again, it was never the judge that violated my rights, in my opinion.
Oh, she's backtracking now. It's not kiss my ass, judge. It wasn't the judge.
So we'll see how this all works out. I'm still trying to figure out how they're going to argue hashtags and statements made in Florida. I'm still like, these people are nuts. I got to be honest with you. These people are freaking nuts.
Well, you are there in Tennessee and you're still talking.
It's a shame that a citizen that went to jail didn't break any laws, but I guess lying under oath it's okay, right?
I mean, in my opinion, it takes a lot to get a judge to violate somebody. Usually it takes a lot for somebody to file for violations. So they were willing to file 6 of them. I would assume that they have something that they feel pretty confident about with the filing of those 6. That's my opinion, though, on how courts don't like to waste time.
It's okay. That's why we say Tennessee, this is the place to come if you want to, get rid of a child. I've been saying it for 3 years. Tennessee.
Now she says that Tennessee is the state to come if you want to get rid of a child. Yeah, she just said that. She just said that. She does have an attorney. She's got an attorney on record through the court. Yep. I'm assuming he'll appear tomorrow because she said that she had to pay another $1,100 today. Almost $1,100, excuse me.
Sees it. You see it with your own eyes. What did I tell you? The proof's in the pudding.
I am so sick of hearing the proof is in the pudding, bitch. Come on. Get a new saying. The proof has not been in anything in your favor, in your mouth, in any of your orifices that you were exploring last week, in your car that's broke down somewhere, or you rented. I don't know what you're doing with this car situation. It's a little weird to me, but whatever. There's no pudding and there's no proof at this point.
The proof is literally slap dead in the pudding. when you come to Tennessee. If this is not like a PR nightmare, I don't know what is. But hey,
Yeah, I'm sure your attorney's probably thinking, shut the fuck up. Seriously, like you just said, if you want to get rid of a child, come to Tennessee. Like Tennessee people are pretty proud of being from Tennessee, from what I've learned. Like they take their state pretty seriously and don't really like outsiders coming in and smearing their entire state. Like saying that they're just going to let you just, you want to get rid of a kid. Yeah, they're not going to take too kindly to that. I don't think.
I'll let them do their own digging. What can you do? Yeah, we're Team Sebastian, no doubt, no doubt. Casey Anthony's.
Yeah, Team Sebastian means trashing his parents on the nightly. Yep, makes total sense. There's the nervous cackle.
Don't forget Don and Candace Wells. They'll be at the dining table taking notes.
What is up with this? Look at that. Ooh, pause game on point, if I don't say so myself. What is up with this laugh and the way she's sitting? Can anybody help me? Is this like prepping, like stretching the spine out before she goes and sits on concrete? Is that what we're doing here? BL, good question. Truly. Huh. Yeah, right, Chico? I figured you'd be like, what the fuck is up with that? She's got pillows propped up against the wall, it looks like, on her bed. I'm not really sure what she's up to here. Padded cell ready? I don't know.
How do we get away with this? Oh no, right? There are so many backwoods, it's nearly impossible. Yeah, and that's what Tony and I were talking about when we were driving, because I can't remember what time we got out of the law firm. I want to say like right around noonish. And so we worked from noon until about 5:30. So we were out in the field for 5.5 hours looking at all these damn bridges and everything.
Tony and her were out in the field for 5.5 hours today.
So why? It's pretty far. Things are, and I tried to do like a circle, like a starting point, and do a nice little circle. So it wasn't like go here, go here, go here, go here, go here, So I did like this like circle thing, and that worked out well. It was still a long trip, and of course you got to stop, you got to get out, you got to check, figure out what's the depth. A lot of places were dismissed just by the simple fact that the water wasn't deep enough. And then, other ones look like, it's one of those things where it's worth looking, but I'm not really, I don't think it's.
This woman isn't even SAR certified. No training whatsoever in search and rescue.
It wasn't calling my name. So when I know what I'm looking for, it literally calls my name. Like you hear it, Beddy.
When I know what I'm looking for, it calls my name. Can the chat tell me, has Beddy found anything of any substance thus far in any of her searches, besides, in my opinion, maybe potentially a planted water bottle? Other than that, has Beddy found anything of substance in a single case? So what is exactly calling her name? Voices in her head? Anyone? Because I'm struggling here.
You're getting closer. Go further. Right. It's like the Idaho 4. I pulled up on that property.
It's like the Idaho. What? No, it's nothing like the Idaho 4.
Walked around it, because it was freezing cold, and you guys remember all that ice on the thing, and you got to walk up.
Welcome to fucking Idaho, bitch. Should have stayed in your state.
Place where they like the driveway kind of.
That wasn't even a steep incline. Lord.
Goes up like this. And I'm sorry, but it was a little scary because,
the grade on a road and on the college campus, right off college campus, is scary. Okay. She's never been on a logging road, that's for sure, or a switchback.
You're walking, and you don't know if you're going to, there was cars that couldn't make it up that were literally sliding back. We had to be on, because where they set up the media and stuff like that. Well, those students were still driving to their dorms.
That's called divine intervention. So people like you that shouldn't have been there fall on their asses and slide right back down to their cars.
And some of those cars were, sliding back down toward us. You don't understand. That can be a very lethal situation. So you always, when we were out in front of the Idaho 4 house, you had to be alert. I turned.
You probably should have been more alert for the locals in that area versus the ice. Locals in Idaho do not take kindly to buffoons like this coming in and messing with shit either.
My back toward the road, because I could see the camera. Well, you wanted the house,
Wait, was it her that spit on somebody in Idaho?
I wanted the house behind me as well, but the camera helped, guide me and let me see what was going on. And of course, I have hearing problems. So,
Of course.
sometimes I don't even notice anything's going on until somebody hits it, like, get your butt.
Of course she's got hearing problems. Is this the attempt to get like a special treatment in jail, potentially? Is that why she's mentioning her hearing problems again tonight?
Out of the way, or the cops on the thing. Can you please move out of the road? So, but it was a good day. We were able to cover some ground. At least even though we didn't find anything, we were able to check stuff off. But the trips I did today,
Dog is there. Well, of course, if it wouldn't shock me that dog is there. I mean, there's going to be media there, so anything that he can do to get his face on media, because once again, he's just using a noble cause to get his name out there and his face out there because he's got self-serving motives, in my opinion, based on everything I've seen. You know who else dog is associated with? Funny that I'll mention it briefly tonight, and then I'll go into it deeper because I have all the connecting pieces. But dog is close to Dr. Oz. Did you guys know that? That dog and Dr. Oz are close? Did you guys know that Dr. Oz ran for office in Pennsylvania a few years ago? Isn't that weird?
they were our audience, emails from our audience related to the bridges. Somebody had sent me, I'm sure they know who they are because I know they probably remember Tennessee 49. Well, I went all the way over Tennessee 49. There was only a few bridges and it was not in any of.
Dog's a washed up celebrity that's going to do anything to get his face on TV. Come on now. The man he said it a couple of years ago in one of his interviews. He needs money to fund his projects. And, when he used to hunt fugitives, there was rewards and they need funding. So here we are using noble causes. I don't think anybody should be stunned by that.
The spots that you took the screenshot of. So I'm wondering, because I remember looking at him and when I put the numbers in, it's like there were like there's like two addresses that were identical. And one's in one county and one's in the other. So if you guys are sending me screenshots, I need the city and state, or not the state, but I need more than just screenshots. And you can't just put.
She needs you guys to do more. She's another one of these people that just expects everybody else to do the content for them. They just sit there and like push it off to you and put it in a bow. They need all you guys to do all the work for her. She couldn't be bothered.
Pin drops and give me the longitude and latitude, because if there's not a link to it, it makes it very difficult for me to type it into the maps. So just a little stuff. But this is not going to be our last search effort here. I'm glad that we're able to finally start searching and start looking at areas and start clearing them off, and just to let everybody know, we were on public roadways. We didn't go on any private property, and we were going over public bridges. For all the private property police out there that don't want this boy found, and the public property
that don't want this boy found. Now she's insinuating that locals don't want this boy found. I'm sure the locals would love that Sebastian was found too, for the fact that his parents miss him and love him. On top of, I'm sure that they're sick and tired of their town and state being completely made a mockery of by a circus like you and all the characters that have interjected themselves, who are not local to this case.
Property police out there that don't want this child found. We got receipts and we made sure we recorded everything. Everybody can kiss my white little butt. But I don't trust the people here, and I'm covering everything I do. You wanted to drag me back to your town? Well, I'm not going to sit in a freaking hotel room. I'm going to go out there and work.
They drug her back to town. Court orders are dragging her back to town. What if you would have just showed up in court the very first time? The very first time. You said proof was on your side the very first time. And you purposely avoided service, went on the news, but couldn't be bothered to show up in court. Then you went again, ended up in jail, which you said afterwards was the plan. You, in fact, wanted to get arrested outside the jail. And then now you're being drugged back. Okay, I gotcha. All right.
And that's exactly what Tony and I did. We went out there and worked, because at the end of the day, this distraction is from the people that do not want this boy found. And I'll be damned if I'm coming into this town and not putting my feet on and put shoe leather work into Sebastian Rogers, because that's exactly what
shoe leather work. Jesus, Betty, stop.
What these animals do not want, and we will never get
these animals do not want. You are fucking vile.
them what they want, ever. This boy means a hell of a lot.
No, and in my opinion, that's exactly why SF went out there. My opinion only just based off of what I've seen from SF in this case. He is so sick and tired of everybody interjecting themselves, and all he wants to do is help them find Sebastian. So the chaos around this piece of it can stop and they can have Sebastian home. Like, I genuinely feel like SF is putting his all into doing whatever he can to help find Sebastian, volunteering, whatever he is doing, because I think he's fed up with all of this stuff too, truthfully. Like, and I give that man mad props. He is trained SAR, he is experienced in what he is doing, and to dedicate time to go do that, I hats off.
A lot more than we do.
Yeah, last time Tony was on the ground when he was up there, they did took the boat out and made sure that they got footage for the camera crew. They even talked about it, how he went under the bridge and for a photo op and all that stuff. They put so much time in.
Okay. Sorry. May God reveal the truth in Sebastian's case. Those involved be held responsible. Praying for your protection, Betty, in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you for that. And I see some people up in the chat. It's nice to see you. Yeah, the grip, Shanny, you will really just... now I see why you blocked.
And what if nobody's at fault for Sebastian's disappearance? What if it is just an unfortunate accident of a kid going outside the house and something bad? Like, what if people have just completely lost all touch with reality in this case? It's really unfortunate.
Blocker. Okay.
We don't know. We have no idea what happened.
Okay.
But why do we have
that? Sorry about that, Seth.
do this?
I thought you made a mistake. Praying this boy is found soon and that court rules in your favor tomorrow. They should.
Duchess, thank you. I saw that. Yeah, I checked right before I went live, and because Nick had said that he was, he wasn't retained and all this stuff, and I was like, where did he say that? Because he hasn't said that he was.
Should have to pay attorney's fees and court costs due to the frivolous. I don't know how that will work, but we'll do one step at a time. We'll cross through what we need to cross through. And as always,
Revival, I feel that way no matter what the outcome is. That no matter what the outcome is, as we are so far gone with the conspiracies and the wild theories, no matter what the case is that ever happens, they are going to find some way, shape, or form to do something and say something. It'll never stop. I really feel that that's where we're at.
This does not change anything. We are Sebastian's army. We are Sebastian strong. And at the end of the day, it's our right to advocate for any case we choose to advocate for.
This is an advocation. Nowhere close. Advocates do not behave like this. This is not how advocates act.
It is our right to speak about any public interest case. And the way
the sense of entitlement just makes me cringe.
Read the Constitution. My government cannot tell me what I can and cannot say. Now, if the other side has a problem with the commentary,
actually, that's not quite how that reads.
They're more than welcome to exercise their right to sue that crap out of me in civil court.
Well, they're actually exercising their rights as victims of people that have been stalked, harassed, kept under surveillance, threatened, incited violence against, targeted attacks. I could go on. That's all my opinion based on what we've seen you do publicly. And that's my interpretation of what we've watched you do. Now, does that fall under a statute in the law? We'll see. So far, they have felt that they had enough to violate you 6 times. So I guess the judge will decide, huh?
But what they're doing is unlawful, in my opinion. And I think I have a lot to say about that. So until tomorrow, I'm going to keep my mouth shut about my true feelings. After tomorrow, we'll
probably should have done that like months ago. That might have been a thing, shut the fuck up.
Figure it out. Whatever the case may be, we're going to figure it out. I do appreciate all the love and support. I know there's a lot more love and support out there than there is hate, because at the end of the day, people want to help these cases. We wouldn't be doing all of this if it was just for a click and a view, because if it was just for a click and a view, then I would be everybody's best friend now, wouldn't I?
What? Betty.
I refuse to do that, because in my world, it is quality over quantity.
Quality over quantity. Oh, Lord bless us. Oh, Absolutely skipped my Lou. Absolutely, they did. Chris served for the United States Navy for 16 years. 16 years. And this is how they've been treated. Yep. Their service to our country has been used against them to claim that they are trained to do things like this. That's how highly she thinks of our military. You know, this America first, rah, 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 hear me roar. I worship Orange Man's feet. This one here on your screen, not me, definitely not me. The other one, that one with the frizzy hair and the weird pillow thing. She has tarnished anything about their military service, and so grateful to do so while trying to it's been the most disgusting thing. Good night, Brian. Thanks for stopping by.
In all these hate channels world, it's quantity over quality. I'd rather have 5 people here that really truly want to help and put pen to paper to do that.
Pen to paper. Meanwhile, she didn't even attempt to start taking notes or making a diagram until many of us already had. Okay, Betty.
Versus 100 people sitting on the sidelines complaining about every single thing. Like like we have complainers in our life all day long. We don't need them on teams, on our team when we're searching for these kids, when we're searching for information, when we're web sleuthing, when we're trying to strum up leads to turn over to law enforcement and stuff like that.
Harley Ryder, that's a possibility still. Like, we truly don't know. Like, there's anything's on the table if we're following what law enforcement has said, and that's very unfortunate. I really genuinely in my heart feel that it's nothing to do with any of the family members, if I'm being truthful. I've been all over the place in my opinions on this throughout the course of time, but I don't yeah, right now I still can't. If I'm following law enforcement, I can't see any of the parents being involved, truthfully. And maybe that's just because I don't want them to be either. I don't know.
I'm so thankful for the FBI in this case. I'm absolutely 100% so thankful for the FBI.
The FBI that you were pissed about because they wouldn't pay attention to the little attempt for you guys to do a petition to get them involved when they had been involved since jump. FBI has been involved since jump, and she's discounting everything that they've done to help get this case to this point, saying that the parents are cooperative and their stories have been vetted, but now she's thankful for them. Get out of here, buddy.
And, until I figure out, I'm absolutely, you guys know how I feel about the lead agency, so to speak. And again, I'll withhold commentary until tomorrow afternoon.
Sorry, you guys, I haven't even been paying attention. Kate, thank you for being here for 17 months. BHB's worst nightmare, waking up in a jail cell the day after election and realizing her idol can't pardon her. Oh my God, Kate. That's hysterical, though. Beer Can Island, thank you so much for the super sticker and for becoming a member. Welcome to the cabana.
It sounds to me like, in all fairness, tomorrow is going to be an all-day thing. So if you're coming in, whether you love me or hate me, it doesn't really matter. Be prepared to be there all day long.
Johnny, maybe give her advice on hair extensions. Otherwise, I have no idea. Maybe leather purchases. Other than that, he's got nothing on the FBI, in my opinion. But there's that.
We'll probably be walking out of there at 5, 6 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't know how they're going to handle, certain things. Thank you, Lisa. Keeping you in my prayers. I'm behind you 100%. I've got faith in you. You've got this. Keep your head up. Anyone who watches you knows the truth. You are dedicated to Sebastian and Seth. That is absolutely 100. And I feel so bad for everything that Seth has gone through. And I know that, like Nick,
it's so weird to me that people can say that. Like, they feel so bad for what one person has been through, but completely discounting the other side. Like, I can't.
The Hat's taking some of that pressure off. And then
Nick the Hat's taking some of that pressure off.
Of course, they're trying to destroy his life.
Destroy his life by talking publicly about the things that he has said on his live streams is destroying his life. By talking about who this man is very proud to be and things that were very publicly done to other people by him. His actions, his words, he being proud of those things. reviewing his content, his behaviors, what he's done in other cases is ruining his life. No, sorry, nope, not taking that responsibility. That's again a him thing, not us.
So these people are allowed to destroy anybody's lives, and you guys are just going to continue to support them, right? You're just going to continue to support them. You don't like our commentary. You don't care about the First Amendment. You don't care about the Second Amendment.
Oh, Jesus. Stop with the bullshit. You sound pathetic at this point because you don't even understand the Constitution whatsoever, let alone the amendments. Beddy, just stop. Seriously, it's embarrassing. You've been watching way too much Benny Johnson again.
When it comes knocking
I made sure to use the last name this time because everybody thought it when I said Benny last time, I meant Benny Keys.
on your freaking door, I bet you're going to care, because I can guarantee you keep pissing people off on these platforms and keep trying to cause them problems. The tables will turn, because it looks like the what you guys are doing to everybody.
Is that an intimidation tactic right there, Betty? Are you going to start calling people and giving them veiled threats again? Oh, we're supposed to cower to you? The same things you guys tried to do to silence me and others on this platform, the same tactic you use on every single person to try. What?
This case, all it's going to do is make them turn on you. And
you're going to have to prove that anybody was behind doing any of these things. First of all, we've seen you publicly do these things. We've seen you go into Ashley Furniture, and when you two fucking dumbass petty bitches couldn't get your way about furniture delivery to Molly Moose Knuckle Magoo's house so she could fucking prop her ass up for a showpiece, you've got a woman fired. Come on now, shut up.
And you guys are so much into attention that you guys are going to eat yourselves alive, because you're going to start stabbing yourselves in the back.
We're going to become cannibals, in other words, is what Beddy is saying. I don't think I'm probably very tasty. I'm kind of covered in ink and probably taste like a nicotine factory, and maybe some coconut lotion mixed in there and some hydration drinks, but I don't think I'd be very tasty. Thanks.
Once you guys need to fight for your own clicks and your views, that's why I'm not in for the clicks and the views, right? Because what ends up happening is somebody has to outshine another person. Next thing you know, you got to fight. Next thing you know, you're kicked to the curb. Next thing you know, you're being trashed. Oh boy.
Sounds like your history with Molly. Sounds like a Molly and you thing. That's kind of sounds like the protocol for fallouts with hooves on the ground.
Next thing you know, you're another bullhorn, Betty. Wow. The difference is I got balls.
You got truck nuts? You pack a pair of those around in your purse or what? Because that's balls is not what I saw when you got out of jail. In fact, you cried and were whining about how poorly you were treated because you have so many slip discs and all this shit. And how dare you have to be in there for that long.
So there is that. I guarantee if half these animals had to walk 5 minutes in my shoes, they would be in a padded room. But we keep it real. We keep moving forward. And
in a padded room, if we had to walk in her shoes. Well, if they're those ugly snake boots, I probably would put myself in a padded room because my toes would be cramped.
No matter what they've tried to do to destroy us, we're still standing. We're still growing.
You're not standing. You're laying down on a padded fucking whatever this weirdo shit is that you're attempting to do tonight.
And we will continue to do that.
You're laying on your back.
Challenge all creators to come out and help with this search.
Maybe you'd be better at that. Maybe that's what we should just go for.
Searches on Saturday the 14th for
haters yet, Betty.
Put up or shut up. Yeah. Well, you guys are gonna probably have a whole bunch of haters because that's all Terry Lynn has aligned with this week is nothing but haters.
Just this week, Terry Lynn's been aligning with the haters. Terry Lynn has been hanging out with Bullshit and Bobby, Brooks, BJ, Chris's ex-wife, Nina. The list goes on and on, but sure. Okay. Just this week.
How can you have people trashing the boy's father and trying to say you care about the boy? The boy loves his dad. The boy cares about his dad. The boy, Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, the name that his father.
The boy. Sebastian loves his parents. No matter what anybody wants to say, Sebastian loves his parents. That includes the people that you're accusing of doing something to him.
Or Seth Rogers gave to him. And it's a real shame that you're going to align with everybody that has caused so much damage. everybody that has tried to destroy anybody that has helped. That's who Terry Lynn is aligning with right now. She was out with them and everything else. How can that be respectful? How can that be respectable?
Who was Terry Lynn with today? Was she with Barbecue Lady and those guys? Betty's really upset about something here.
Every single person she's hanging out with right now has tried to destroy Seth, has tried to destroy Tony, and has tried to destroy me. Real life.
Oh God, why? Why do I even like? Ooh, revival. Ooh, stop. I'm gonna be stressed eating banana bread here if you keep. Ooh, yuck. I don't even. Who's grabbing whose ponytail? Ooh.
Not just, talking crap
This is deep thoughts with Betty. Ugh.
on social media. Literally.
This feels like this feels wrong. This being in bed with Betty just feels wrong. I'm sorry, with the pillows behind it just is wrong. All of it.
Try to destroy their lives and their livelihoods.
Fake Kirby.
So you guys have decisions. You as an audience have decisions.
Hey, Lollipop.
And your decisions are you can be destructive or you can help. Those are your decisions. I can't make you do it.
What happened to deep diving orifices? I thought we were doing that.
But you need to decide what's more important to you. Is all this
Where'd that energy go? I want to go back to that energy. This whole weird in bed with Betty is not my thing.
stress, anxiety, and hate worth it? Is it worth it? Because only the audience that are going over and supporting these hate
Who's stressed and tired?
channels that do nothing but destructive things, you are destroying people's lives.
Using your own words is destroying your life. Oh, Lord, bless us all. You've been hanging out with BJ too long. Poor me.
How would you like somebody to find out your boss's information and start working to fire you from your job?
You guys have done that to many people. I would think in the predicament you're in that the group of you would probably know better than to do that because kind of all eyes are on everything right now. I mean, it's a perfect situation.
Because if it can happen to me, believe me, it can happen to you.
You didn't have a job to get you fired from, Betty. Wait, what? If it Betty, you didn't have a job. Hold on, we got to back that up. Did she just try to claim that she has a job or she got fired from a job?
Or you can help. Those are your decisions. I can't make you do it.
Is she really claiming that?
But you need to decide what's more important to you. Is all this stress, anxiety, and hate worth it?
Stress, anxiety, and hate. Some of you need to disconnect. Really, truly disconnect. It would be really good for your mental health. Kyle and I went to a movie this weekend. We went out to his mom's birthday party. That was a great time. We watched a great movie. By the way, if you haven't watched Rebel Ridge on Netflix, highly recommend. The ending's kind of but really good movie. We went and saw Beetlejuice this weekend. Then we took the kids out for dinner last night for a family dinner for Kenzie's before surgery choice. That was a good time. Disconnect from this app. It's a free app. It'll be there tomorrow. If it's really causing you this much undue stress, Betty, shut it off for a little bit and touch some grass, smoke some grass, roll in some grass for all I care. Eat
Is it worth it?
Moo all you want.
Because only the audience that are going over and supporting these hate channels that
go cow tipping. I mean, you just might have to go to the bathroom to do that.
Do nothing but destructive things, you are destroying people's lives. How would you like somebody to find out your boss's information and start working to fire you from your job?
Been there, done that.
Because if it can happen to me, believe me, it can happen to you.
You didn't have a job to get fired from. That's exactly what she said. You didn't have a job to get fired from.
So the best thing you can do to help is stop watching the hate channels. Unsubscribe.
Now she is ordering her people to unsubscribe. Okay. Isn't that against terms of service?
That is what each and every one of you can do. You can say you are tired of the real life. You are tired of the destruction that they are causing. There's no point in reporting. I can tell you that right now. There's absolutely no point in reporting.
No point in reporting. Okay. This is against terms of service, actually, to tell people to unsubscribe en masse instead of using the report feature that YouTube. Yeah. Oh, Betty.
YouTube don't give a crap. Okay. That's why when people say reporter, I just laugh at them like, you guys are idiots. You guys waste entirely too much time.
Kay says, nonsense. This goes towards your therapy sessions for deep thoughts with Betty. She is sick with hypocrisy. This is wild tonight. Thank you for that. Yeah, this is.
It does absolutely no good.
Deep thoughts.
So when you guys are sick and tired of all the drama, then these hate channels subscriber counts should go down. If not, then quit complaining about the destruction that they're doing, because you're basically.
I love that it's hate when it's playing their words back to them. It is hate channels that play their words right back to them. So where is the hate stemming from?
Basically condoning it. You're condoning it with your view. You're condoning it. Even if you thumb down, that's still activity on their account.
Yeah, this whole thing right here that she did is against terms of service.
You know, you got to look at it that way, because these people are trying to destroy people's lives for no other reason than trying to help out in a case. Oh, and by the way, they don't like the commentary because they're freaking Hitler. Right? They're.
Ooh. Whoa. She just pulled a dog. Dog uses that term too. Oh, interesting.
Hitler. They own you. They own your mouth, your thoughts, your mind. They own my mouth, my thoughts, my mind. Aren't you glad that a bunch of felons don't own you? Because
you didn't catch what she said here. I'll turn it back and turn closed captioning on for you. Because, oh shit, it's unavailable. Here.
You're condoning it. Even if you thumb down, that's still activity on their account.
Here you go.
You know, you got to look at it that way. Because these people are trying to destroy people's lives for no other reason than trying to help out in a case. Oh, and by the way, they don't like the commentary because they're freaking Hitler.
Yep.
Right? They're Hitler. They own you. They own your mouth, your thoughts, your mind. They own my mouth, my thoughts, my mind. Aren't you glad that a bunch of felons don't own you? Because I'm definitely glad a bunch of felons don't own me.
I'm going to leave that alone.
Just saying. So tomorrow is a big day, as many of you know. So I don't know when I'll go live. You know, as soon as the court is over, I'm most likely going to be doing some interviews.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not going to leave that alone. So she promotes that Benny Johnson that I talk about. Benny Johnson at one point in time. So here's what Betty supports. One of the people that she supports that she gets the same type of rhetoric from. Actually, he's a political commentator who was once at one point in time registered as a liberal. And the reason I bring this up is because now he's named on a federal indictment. Well, basically he's under a media group that is named in this federal indictment that this group were taking potentially money from Russia. Yeah, it's a big thing. It's a whole big thing in the political sphere, but she totes that same type of rhetoric and BS as they do. Very extremist, again, not low-level conservative beliefs. But to hear her say shit like that, she's taking very, very interesting things that are being said in other segments around YouTube and twisting it into this. And it's just the weirdest thing to hear. It truly is.
Use whatever the verdict is. I'll be doing interviews regardless. Unless they take me to jail. I won't be doing any interviews.
Yes,
but I don't think they're going to take me to jail. I haven't done anything wrong in their county. And what a shitstorm that would cause. I mean, they think just the arrest caused a shitstorm in this county. Can you imagine them actually sentencing me to jail for? It's
honestly weird to hear some of the things that are coming out of her mouth that I've heard verbatim out of some of these other commentators' mouth, just on different topics. But she is like, it is wild to hear this shit.
Doing absolute breaking no laws. There would be people flying in from all over the country, probably all over the world, raising hell in this county.
Yep.
So I'm just saying. You know, and I mean raising hell, signs on every corner, bullhorns, loud, obnoxious shit. Because people will actually absolutely have enough, because there's enough love for me that these haters don't realize. that will absolutely
There's enough love for her. Oh,
rise up to the test. Absolutely. I already know that like 20 people have already reached out to me and told me that they will be coming in. If God forbid something happens to me, they said they'll take off work. They're coming in. So we'll see how all tomorrow goes. I don't think I'm going to jail tomorrow. I don't.
They'll take off. What are these people going to do? What are they going to do? Protest outside the jail until they let Beddy out for 6 criminal violations? Like, she got these violations. Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's that kind of hearing, but
Right.
we'll see. You know, if I was a little more scared, maybe. I don't know.
The entitlement is fucking real.
Jailhouse Beddy, just another Beddy. Just another Beddy.
She does seem nervous, though. I will say that. She definitely seems nervous.
Good gracious. Good.
I would be shitting my pants, too. I mean, I'm not going to even act like I'd be a Billy Badass going to jail. Nope. No, I'm a bougie little bitch that likes my pillow and my blankie at night. Sorry. There ain't nothing that's going to make me. Sorry. I like my bed at night.
Good gracious. Actually, you know what? Maybe we should. Maybe does anybody make dolls? I need a doll designer. Well, we're gonna have to talk. We need to get a Beddy line. You know.
Now that's fucking creepy. A Beddy doll line, like Chucky dolls.
Got to get Sweaty Beddy, Machete Beddy, Bedhead Beddy, Jailhouse Beddy, Yard Man Beddy, Trash Man Beddy,
Yard Man Beddy, Trash Man. The fuck?
Dog Walker Beddy, Dog Pooper Scooper Beddy,
Dog Bite Beddy, like the vicious. We need ferocious little chihuahuas attacking Beddy. This actually could be fun. Could we do a whole voodoo doll collection? That might actually be fucking fun.
And then we gotta have the sidekick, you know, Delilah Bullhorn.
Pippi Longstocking Beddy. Bedbug Beddy. Make it look like Edgar from Men in Black.
I do. Missy, I miss her so much. I call my mom and I'm like, I put her on and I'm like, I just want to talk to my dog. Get the hell out of the way, lady. Just move it on over. Just show me the dog. Hi, honey. Mommy's here.
Hallie's
I love
right.
you so much. I love you so much. Well, you know, Ma, get out of the way. Oh, by the way, Ma, I love you too. Now you can move. Can I have my dog back, please? And then, of course, my mom's on the phone with me and her and I were chatting. We like chatted for like 20 minutes. And she's like, oh, she wants up. And then she's like, nope, she did it again. I said, Mom, I told you she's in her terrible twos. And she's like, I didn't know what you were meaning. I said, she tells you no. I said, I don't know where this no has come from. But, you know, she always wants up, but she wants to do it herself. Well, she's too small to do it herself. She doesn't quite realize she can't get up on the bed without help. And so my mom's reaching her hand out there and then she wants to get all feisty.
Oh, Lord, we've got to have pants. That has to be a necessary. Like, yeah, we don't need no pantsless Beddys.
You go, you know, they think Mom's trying to play with her when Mom's just trying to give her a hand up. And she's got her tail wagging. She's like, oh. Well, I don't care if Terry Lynn was invited to go with them. She should have known she was walking into a trap.
We need one with 2 pairs of glasses.
Sorry. When you have a whole group of people that do nothing but trash a father that's out there looking that she's supposed to be helping, and you're sitting and breaking bread with those people and laughing, and these people have done such destruction to me, such destruction to Seth, and such destruction to Tony, you've made your decision, right? You've made your decision. Me?
Again, all of that was self-inflicted.
When I come into town, I have no problem eating all by myself. Not a problem at all. But one thing I would never do is sit down and break bread with people that have injured an innocent father. There ain't no way in hell. None. I'll be friendly. You walk up to me at my table, be like, hey, how you doing? Jesus, can we sit here? You know, I'm kind of working.
Lollipop girl.
Right? Do you guys see it any other way?
It'll be interesting to see how this actually all plays out, truly.
Way? You guys see it playing out any other way? The only other way it's going to play out is, can you please get away from my table? I don't want the stench over here. Right? Beddy, if people we don't like are willing to search, we search for Sebastian. Not when it's for clicks and views. Not when it's for popularity. No. 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 I'm not going to stand with her. I'll do my own search independently. Absolutely not.
So tell me again, it's all about Sebastian. It's all about Sebastian. She don't like this person, but she won't go search with this woman. And again, that says she's all about Sebastian. Gotcha. Keep them up. We need all of the voodoo doll Beddys. All of them.
No. So we went out there today. You know, I'm sorry. I just
We need this spitting Beddy, kind of like a llama or a donkey.
feel all kinds of ways with, you know, it's like every time I try to give her, or I try to tell people that she's good and this, that, and the other, then she does something to put her own nail in her own coffin. You know, I have done as much damage control as I can possibly do for that lady. And every time I
Betty's been doing damage control for Terry Lynn. Why?
turn around, she always lets me down. And you know why she always lets me down? Because she has to be liked. That's why she always lets me down. You know what personal freedom is? Personal
Did she trade Molly in for Terry Lynn? Like, she is really affected by this breakup.
freedom for me is making sure that I don't answer to anybody, that nobody controls me. That, hey, if you love me for who I am. If you don't, there's the door.
Okay, I gotta play a button. Sorry, my brain is like in overdrive. Kay says, just had to tip you again. I honestly have laughed so hard tonight. Please consider a regular show, Deep Thoughts with Beddy. Couldn't have listened to this without all of you. The chat's on fire tonight, too. You guys are after hours over here is always my favorite. Thank you guys for being here and being funny as fuck because it makes this tolerable. But seriously, all I hear the entire time
What
is
we've got here is failure to communicate.
like, I just can't even make sense of this shit anymore. Kay, thank you so much for the support. And thank you, everybody, for being here. This is actually entertaining. Your guys' comments are the best. But it's like Deep Thoughts with Beddy.
You know, personal freedom is not being held back because you have a problem sitting alone. You have a problem going to bed alone. You have a problem being alone.
Oh, just lurking. Ooh.
Prayers. Oh, thank you, Suzanne. God bless you.
More
And so I think that's her
content,
biggest
Beddy.
problem. Her biggest hurdle she's going to have to learn, but she's going to learn the hard way because she's
I do too. Fit
associated with some pretty nasty people. And those pretty nasty people are going to let her down. And you know what? When she realizes she had a real friend with me and she's got fair weather friends.
You've got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. What's that song? When there are troubles. Yeah.
With them, she's going to want to be my friend, and I'm going to say no.
Spaghetti
Because
her
you do
bed.
that once, you'll do that again, and I ain't got no time for it. That's how I roll.
Oh,
You're giving
no.
I give everybody an opportunity when they meet me. All they have to do is keep it and not lose it.
Everybody has a chance with Beddy. Everybody. You just got to hold on to it. Don't ever lose it. Don't let go.
I give everybody, when you meet me, you are my friend. You have to lose my friendship, right? Everybody's my friend when I first meet them. You have
Oh, Lord. Please, no. Stop.
to literally lose my friendship. And if you cannot keep my friendship, then you got some serious problems. Because one, I'm a very loyal person.
Two, she's got very low standards.
I'm a very hard worker and I don't put up with BS. So if you're looking for friends that do put up with BS, I'm not your friend. You know? But to hear the stuff that keeps
This might be why she has none.
constantly coming out of Terry Lynn's mouth, that one has been, I had two major things came out of her mouth. The poker game and what was the other thing? It was related to Seth. The poker game.
No, she doesn't speak really. This is all about Sebastian, but it's everything but about Sebastian.
Oh, and Seth was out of work for 2 hours. We debunked both of those. And you guys know that was one of the biggest reasons why I separated and removed anything Terry Lynn off my
Brian, Terry Lynn.
plate. But you know what? She was out there at the jail, and I thought she was changing over and turning over a new leaf. So I was willing, which I never do, but for the sake of this case, I gave her a second chance. And
they hugged it out, and she thought they were going to sing Kumbaya. And then she's a traitor.
In 3 weeks, she's burnt that bridge again. So that bridge will not be repaired. That's my line in the sand. And you know, it just shows me that we just stand alone. We don't need people to support us in the public spotlight, right? We have a lot of support. I mean, shit, Court TV's coming in, right?
Court TV's coming in. Beddy thinks they're there to support her. Oh, Lord.
Not everybody can pull that off. Just saying. So it was a lot of work, a lot of effort, and it was a lot of work and a lot of effort on everybody involved here to make sure I had a fighting chance in that courthouse tomorrow. So
to make sure she has a fighting chance in the courthouse. Again, this isn't anything about Sebastian. This is all about save Betty's ass.
do appreciate it, but after tomorrow, when this stuff is done,
And what they're doing is a pressure campaign. What they're going to try to do is basically somehow try to intimidate the court into this big, huge ordeal, and it's going to be a whole circus, unfortunately, and none of them deserve this. There is a child missing, and she just can't stop.
it's done. We move on,
Oh,
and we
this is
find
terrible.
Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Once it's done, we're done. Okay? We are done with the BS. We're done with the nonsense. At the end of the day, Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers.
No, we're not done with nonsense. Nonsense is right here. Hey, hey, where'd your hoops go, Betty? You don't even have your jewelry on tonight. You getting prepped?
Rogers keeps getting lost in all of this BS. And it will not happen again. Okay? It just won't.
She said that like every other day for the last 3 weeks and has continued to talk about herself and poor her. Okay.
We're going to be balls to the walls. We're going to be
Balls
advocating, and
to
we
the
are
walls.
going to let the information that we know out. That's what's going to end up happening.
They're going to release that information that they know. So some more salacious rumors that can't be vetted and backed up to paint another narrative. Okay.
All right, guys. I love you. God bless you. This is kind of it for me tonight. I wasn't even going to come. I was so tired when I got back here. I wasn't even going to go live, but I know I haven't been live. I didn't want you guys getting worried. I'd already started getting some emails. Are you okay? All that other stuff. So, I wanted to make sure that.
Yeah, courts usually don't like that kind of stuff, in my opinion. Usually they don't feel intimidated at all. They're there to uphold the law. Like there's laws, there's things that they follow. It's not usually intimidated. I mean, some can be, but we'll see.
That I got on here and just let you guys know I am truly okay. We just made it a work day.
I haven't looked at this judge's like history or alignments or anything, so it'll be interesting to see. I know nothing about him whatsoever.
As many of you know, I tried explaining that the court was not going forward today. So anybody that showed up there was an idiot, because I said it over and over again. There was no court today. But they work at a snail's pace in the courthouse. I don't think that they have like what we have in Florida, where everything's just automated and you make one change in this and like goes on everything simultaneously. I don't think they have those programs here. So it sounds like they have to manually enter everything. So you can imagine that is so like 2000 for Florida. No offense. So I think that's what the confusion was. So tomorrow, I'm hearing that my name is at the bottom of the list. We're hoping that the judge goes in order, but it just might be one of these things where we're going to be there literally all day. I hope that wasn't going to be the case, but it is what it is. We'll get through it and we'll come out ahead. I'm just glad and thankful that we do have a camera crew there from Court TV. We have some, I'm hoping other local media, but if it's not other local media, that's fine. But I'm pretty sure we are, because again, this is a big thing. Even my case aside, right? My case aside, it doesn't really matter. I hear people are trying to stalk me.
People are trying to stalk her. I'm sure that's what is happening.
People were sending me posts about where I'm allegedly at, and I had to start cracking up. And that's all I'm going to say about that. People have entirely too much time on their hands, and let's be honest, they're never.
People have too much time on their hands. Meanwhile, she has done how many videos keeping the family under surveillance? I mean, bragging about that. Before she even got in Tennessee, she was posting videos of other people keeping them under surveillance. And then, yeah, okay, whatever, Betty.
Right. Just saying, they are never right. They are never right. You were on the Nashville news yesterday. They will be there. Awesome. Oh, good. I hope it's at Channel 4. We reached out to them. I sent everybody the paperwork. Like, everybody knows this is nonsense. I mean, to be honest with you, you can look at my videos and compare my videos to what's in the statement and know that they're horse crap. It just seems like a seasoned detective would have seen right through there unless she was complicit. Just saying. I don't know if that's the case.
Terry, very valid point. You're right. According to what we know, she was only picked up on 2 violations. There's still 4 that got tacked on after, I think.
Just saying. Yeah, I'm screaming freedom of speech. But it's not just freedom of speech. It's freedom of press.
Victims have rights. As much as they want to scream freedom of press, freedom of speech, victims have rights. And that needs to start being identified up and over some of this other shit. Victims have rights.
My government can't tell me what I can and cannot talk about. We are not in freaking North Korea. We are not in China. This is freaking America.
Oh my God, Betty, stop. Stop. You are so embarrassing. It's not even funny.
Has anybody heard of it here in Tennessee? This place called America? Because you're part of it. Just even if you don't think you are. Just saying. It's like, I feel like I'm in the freaking Twilight Zone out here. They lied about what you did.
Because you can't openly and freely stalk and harass the parents of a victim, a missing child.
Of course they did. But hopefully tomorrow there'll be some clarification. There'll be some clarity. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, all we can do is show up, right? Is show up and put our best foot forward.
Which hoops on the silver bracelet, Betty, are going to be bigger? The ones on her ears or the ones on her wrists?
My attorney didn't want me to wear heels. And I'm like, well,
Her attorney did not want her to wear heels? No. Hold on. I heard this earlier too, and I had to stop. And I actually said it to Kyle. I was like, this just came out of her mouth. Has anybody in the chat ever seen Betty in heels? I can only imagine that duck walk. That would be fucking, please wear heels. Please do. And somebody catch that shit on video walking in and out of the courthouse. That would be like me walking in fucking ducks. It would be a waddle.
They lied about what you did. Of course they did.
Walking in.
But hopefully tomorrow there'll be some clarification. There'll be some clarity. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, all we can do is show up, right? Is show up and put our best foot forward. My attorney didn't want me to wear heels. And I'm like, well, I only got heels.
Her attorney did not want her to wear heels. All she has is heels. Delusional, Betty. What about the snake boots? You could have wore them. That would have been a fashion statement, Betty. The snake boots. Why didn't you go in there looking like Crocodile Dundee? That would have been the perfect get up. I'm out here searching the bush with my machete. I mean, that would have been more believable that you were doing something if you went in there looking like Crocodile Dundee instead of fucking, I don't even know what you're trying to look like. I would say Pretty Woman, but I don't want to insult Julia Roberts or any working. No, what? Please leave the heels at home.
He's like, are they the pointy kind? I'm like, no. I got a broke leg and a freaking bad back. They're a freaking white ass, the heels wide.
A broken leg now and a bad back. A broken leg. What? Did you get that when the snake bit you and you fell over from the king cobra bite in the Tennessee jungle? Just wondering. Or was that when you tripped over because you were so scared of the two chihuahuas when they were attacking you and you fell over yourself and you had a little tiny puncture wound on your palm? Did you break your leg then? Like, when did that happen?
Okay. When you have backs like me, stilettos are out of here. Okay. I'm sorry. Anybody that has a back like mine, as crooked as a politician, cannot wear stilettos. Okay. You will be on your butt in like 2 seconds flat. Oh, the snake boots. Actually, that'd probably be more in line. I told him, I said, well, I do have these black boots. He's like, can you put your,
oh my God, her pirate boots. Mitty, she's going to court. I'm surprised she's not wearing. That's what she normally wears. We got her outside of the Murdaugh trial with the fucking pirate boots on and a pink beanie with a little fuzzy knob. Like, that's her normal attire to court.
breeches, your pants leg on the outside of them. I said, I'm not that kind of boot. And he's like, oh, well, might want to just say with the heels.
They're over the knee black boots is what she.
Oh, I'm sorry. I should have said that. I'm breaking attorney-client privilege. But it was funny. It was funny. And he goes, do you have any smaller hoops? What's wrong with my hoops? What, next thing?
I would have paid money to see him say this shit to her, though, about how she looks. Oh, he was insulting you. Or just pointing out the obvious.
You're going to want me to go cut my hair and dye it? Like, what do you think this is? I'm not walking down the freaking...
The attorney is preparing somebody who claims she's so smart in the law on what to look like for court. Oh, God. Are they hiring a crew to come in and give her a makeover the night before?
Runway here?
This is great.
Well, one of the things I heard on Megan Fox is that if Court TV was there.
Okay, I just have to say, if an attorney has to give you advice on what to wear to court to be presentable in court, you probably are not very experienced in sitting on one side of the courtroom. Like, you've gone in typical jumpsuits, I think, to most of your court hearings in the past, it sounds like, in my opinion, based on how many charges you've had in the past. Anyways, if your attorney is like, look, I need you to tone it down and like wear something like, that's embarrassing, Beddy. That's not a good thing.
There and ran it, she would cover it. So I'm interested in her commentary on it.
Oh,
But
no.
you know, I don't know. You know, again, I really don't know what to expect here, you know.
Guaranteed she's gonna have sequins on somewhere, or like an obnoxious, weird, fake clasps across the cleavage, like some weird fucking shit that my mom wore in the 80s. Is she gonna fucking put the shoulder pads in too? Like, oh, please be a suit jacket, like a wool one.
I feel like I'm going into the lion's den. I literally trust no one. I don't even trust law enforcement here. You know, to be honest with you, I trust no one. I think that this was a bad move for them. I think this was a bad move for them politically. It doesn't matter.
A bad move for them politically, and there it comes again. Told you.
I mean, the witch hunt or whatever, they can throw me in jail. It still looks
This is what this is going to turn into if all these characters appear.
really, really poor that they're jailing a journalist but can't seem to bring a 15-year-old boy home, and seems awful pretty chummy with the people that last saw this boy. Just saying.
I knew this was coming. Fuck, oh dear.
It's not a good look. And they can jail me for saying that all day long, but at the end of the day, it's not a freaking good look. It looks really off. It looks horrible. Especially,
yeah, your actions do look very horrible with what you've been doing to the parents of a missing child. Yep, they do. They look horrible,
especially in election season.
Especially in election season. Have we not been calling it? Have we not been calling it all along? A lot of people don't want to talk about that part of things and how this has been inlaid all along. I knew this was going to come down to this. I really genuinely, I knew it. Fuckers. I knew exactly what they were doing.
Especially in an election season. So, you know, this is not good for them at all.
This is one of those times I fucking hate that we saw this on the wall, the writing on the wall for this. We saw that this was coming because of what they've been doing.
And anybody that's living in this area, whoever's in office right now in these departments, I would vote the opposite. Just saying. Just saying. Vote the opposite. I've lost, you know, we should have listened, you know. Seth is in law enforcement. He respects law enforcement, and he keeps button heads with this law enforcement department.
He's in law enforcement. He respects law enforcement. He respected them so much that he himself admitted that he got kicked out of the command center, that he has taken every opportunity to disparage law enforcement that has been working tirelessly, in my opinion, to help. What? I'm so fucking confused right now.
And you know what? I know Seth.
And you have been telling everybody to not vote the sheriff back into office. Like, you respect law enforcement, but have done everything to try and tarnish law enforcement's name because of what? They haven't been able to find Sebastian yet. And you think you're owed answers when we're not. And you're not a journalist. Even if you were, you're still not entitled to these things. There's a missing child here.
Really, I know people paint him as this horrible person, but he really is a straight shooter. I will tell you like this, like, he is a straight shooter.
This is like the fucking perfect storm at the worst time. Like, how they've wrapped all this stuff up in to do this. This is honestly maddening. It's fucking maddening. And I'm telling you, tomorrow, if things don't go her way, the shit you guys are going to hear made up and fabricated is going to be really resemblance of some other shit that we've seen. Like, just that they are amping up to do this whole like protest Beddy getting in charge or in trouble for violating people's rights. Like, what?
I was driving, okay, and we were going out. I picked him up to take him out to lunch. Do you know that he is a speedometer Nazi?
When you can't get your... Wait, she's going to say something. Oh my God, Beddy, you just keep on. You just fucking keep on. This is fucking some entitlement beyond belief. Truthfully, it's disgusting.
A
She wants to talk about taking people's jobs. She's been trying to get people. She don't even live in Tennessee. She lives in Florida. And she's been like amping up this hate campaign against a sheriff there because she don't get along with him when she don't even know the guy. But she's displeased with things she's rumoring around as fact when they're not even true.
straight
Fuck
shooter.
My
I
life.
was driving, okay, and we were going out. I picked him up to
There
take
you
him
go.
out to lunch. Do you know that he is a speedometer Nazi? He's like, you're speeding, but it's only 2 miles an hour, but you're speeding. And I did do a California roll through a stop sign. He did not like that at all. He's like, I am a deputy sheriff. I can't be. I'm like, well,
He is not a deputy sheriff. What? He works in a correction officer. He doesn't even have. Wait a second. Can anybody correct me? But when the fuck do deputy sheriffs who work in a correctional facility, the jail, have ability of doing anything with traffic? For him to even say that, if that happened, would be completely out of sorts. I don't know who's lying though, because you can't take anything about that she says truthfully. Yeah, he works at the jail. He doesn't have anything to do with traffic. Like, they don't do double duty over there. Fucking mall cop.
okay. Can you just not look at the speedometer? You won't know. I'm working it. Like, I'm trying to figure out why he's looking at my speedometer, But that just tells you, like, he doesn't even like going over the speed limit. What would inspire?
Yeah, I don't know which part of this happened. If any of it happened, it's Beddy, so it's probably all just fucking another story. But if this did happen, that's even more cringe. But she just lies so much, it's hard to say. She's probably just making it out to be what it is because fucking weird.
Anybody that this man has done something criminal. This man is like literally a straight.
So if this man told you to slow down and to not run a stop sign, it means he's innocent. What? Beddy, come back to reality, please. Please. You ventured way out on this one, and there's like no hope for you at this point.
Shooter.
This
And
is
half of the
wild.
people, actually, the majority of the people that are pointing fingers at him are literally felons, convicted felons. Yeah, let's go ahead and.
No, that's not true. That's not true. No, I don't think a lot of people are pointing fingers at him in that capacity. I think a lot of people are questioning his behavior because of things he's done out here publicly. There are people that are. I will admit that. And I don't know. You can't stop it. People are going to have their opinions. I've openly said over and over again that I do not think that he's involved in the disappearance. His behavior has been weird, but people are going to, especially with all the characters that continue to insert themselves as part of his team. And then he has told us numerous times that he has hand selected all of his team. Like, he's doing everything to re-abuse, in my opinion, his ex-wife. No matter what, at the end of the day, their son is missing. And he is taking full advantage of hurting the very people that are probably hurting just as bad as he. Like, it's just a fucked up situation all around. But to jump from one to the other and like do this whole weird thing and then try to say that all of us that are questioning anything in this case are felons. No, ma'am, that's not the truth. A lot of us are just sick of the bullshit and the fake ass people who continue to insert themselves. Well, there's a child missing. There's an actual child missing here. And these adults, grown-ass adults, have taken every opportunity to insert themselves into a child that's missing. A child who everybody should be bringing awareness to became a real-life game of Clue to people, of who done it. We don't need to figure out who done what. We need to find Sebastian. And these people who claim that they're true crime over, like, I can't with this shit anymore.
Listen to them. They got to get it right?
Completely pathetic.
It's crazy. Maybe the Daily Mail will cover it too. It kind of be funny because that me and their photographer, I can't remember his name, but we ended up.
And if he shows up tomorrow to support this shit, if he shows up in support of her tomorrow, honestly, I'm still hoping he pulls himself out of it. How the very people that are going after Sebastian's loved ones, his mom. No matter what, at the end of the day, you can have your thoughts and opinions. Some of them keep to yourself because they're fabricated off of rumors. But to stand up for people like this who have taken every opportunity to say the most horrendous things about the people that raised, like, nah, fuck that shit. Sorry.
Covering like 5 or
That's
6
bullshit.
cases back to back. It's like every time I turn around, we're like, hey, it was like Quentin Simon. And we're sitting there talking, and like Brett Buffington and his camera guy gets up there.
Because my hope is that Sebastian is found alive and comes home. But some of this stuff is getting to be so intense that I don't want him to ever have to hear these things.
And we're hearing all the stories about them blocking a driveway.
Oh.
I'm like, you did what? You know you can't do that. Don't you? I'm giving them lectures. I mean, you can't do that. And so I think I've gotten a little hot water, but I don't think the Daily Mail guy was part of that, but he was taking the photos of it.
This is crazy.
God, I can't remember his name. He's got dark hair. It's curly. It comes down to the shoulder length. But he's just nice and as sweet as all day long. He's just a sweet guy. And golly, I wish I could. I'll have to catch his name the next time, because he always comes up and says hi to me, and I always forget his name. I don't know why I forget his name, but it's something very simple, and I just, for the life of me, can't remember it. James, maybe it might be James. I don't know. He's tall. He's dark, but he's got like shoulder length hair, and it's like curly. He's got gorgeous hair. Good gracious, it is a crime for a man to have hair that gorgeous. I'm just saying. Okay,
What's
it
she
is freaking
talking
crime.
about?
If I can't have hair that gorgeous, it's not fair. Why can't we cancel hair? Why can't we cancel good hair? Why do we have to cancel good people? Just saying. Seth,
Who's she talking
I
about?
pray with all my heart. Get your son back home with you. I know. He needs his son back. Hey, love it. It's nice to see
Seth was in there, it sounds like.
you. I'm trying to decide
Maybe he wasn't. I don't know.
which shirt I should wear, because I got black pants. I'm going to be wearing black heels. And I've got and of course I got, a jacket. And so I have like this green and white, like flower shirt, but I feel like it's going to make the outfit too, I'm going to have to look at it tomorrow. I'm going to have to try it. I'm going to have to put both shirts on and see which one I like tomorrow. So I'm either going to be in a green shirt or I'm going to be in a red shirt. I haven't decided yet. So we'll get it. They won't let cameras.
Is it one of the local stations down there that she's talking about? Must be.
In the courtroom unless they apply.
I don't know anybody that works for Court TV. Well, it could be like a photographer, video guy, I guess, too, that has longer curly hair
for press pass. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the way. They're going to keep. It's going to be the news organizations. Like, they're not going to let social media go in there. I'm sorry, they just don't. Not unless you fill up. They will. I've done it before, but you have to go through the process and get approved before you can do it. It's not one of those things where you can just walk in and say, "I'm social media. I'm part of the."
But they let people in last time. It was open court.
Press. It doesn't work that way in courtrooms. You got to be approved. And so there's only, they and like I said, I have.
Did she forget that they let people go in last time and sit in court during the RO hearings?
Been approved in a court before.
And she's got the RO hearing with Chris at some point tomorrow too.
It took me a lot longer to get approved than like say a normal person. So I can't remember what I think it's because it was my very first time. And I can't even remember. It was out of state. Where the heck was it?
She went to Alex Murdaugh's stuff.
I wonder if it was Lonnie Simon's case. No, it wasn't.
She was in the overflow in the second part of the day for Alex.
It wasn't local, so I remember it wasn't local. I was out of state, and I can't remember what state I was in.
Oh, see something, say something. Thank you. That makes sense.
Can't for the life of me remember, but I remember it being a process. It wasn't.
If they're going as journalists, yeah, that makes sense.
Especially for me, it was something I remember having to argue.
But if they're just going as a part of the public, then it's open.
I can't remember where it was. I know it wasn't the Idaho case because they let us all in. We were able to be on the media stage and everything, and we only had to have our placards around our neck, and they let us in. They didn't argue with us. The only problem is
they didn't vet your credentials. In other words,
is that I needed better equipment there because I needed to zoom in. We were so far out because it was such a big arena. It was the Kitty Dome. It wasn't them. I'll have to think about it. I'll have to get back with it. Oh, SPED teacher.
She doesn't want to say the wrong one.
Happy birthday. If we were in the studio, I'd have to get my birthday hat on and sing you a little tune.
Oh my God. I hope
Good
not.
to see you in the jail experts up in here. Good to see all the jail experts.
Rocky, that's what I thought too. Yeah, they let, because Mr. E and Mr. and Mrs. E went, Clue and those guys went. There was other people that were supposedly there. It's an open courtroom.
Up in here. Yeah. Well, you know what? I was sitting there and Tony was laughing at me. I didn't take light to his comedy. He goes,
Okay, before we end, because we're almost done. Does she have a nervous? Do you guys think she's nervous? Push 1 if you think she's nervous. Push 2 if you don't think she's nervous.
so you could be in jail on your birthday. And I'm like, damn, that sucks to be in jail on your birthday and not even do anything to
Yeah, I don't anticipate them allowing any of it to be filmed. I would hope not. These are victims.
you know, usually when somebody goes to jail on their birthday, they usually have quite the story to say about it. What would you do? I didn't break the damn law. What do you think? Oh, no, that can't be true.
Revival, they're going to bring her a hot dish. Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
A potluck at lunch as her last
I
supper.
drove on a public roadway. Sorry. Criminal of the year over here. Criminal of the year. Just really sharp and professionally.
Yeah. Runs with scissors. Yeah, I had heard that rumor.
Yeah. Well, we'll do our best tomorrow, guys. I don't know what to expect. I don't think I'm going to.
Okay, so 99% of you, from what I've seen, say 1, you think she's nervous. Now, next question. Now that that's over with. 1, if you think she's going to jail, your opinion. 2, if you don't think she's going to jail. 1, if she's going to jail. 2, if she's not.
To jail. I think everybody's coming here thinking they're gonna see Beddy go to jail. Like what animals? You know, you can't go search for a little kid, but you can come in town and watch somebody that's been searching for.
And if you put it 2, if you're like in the legal field, will you put why you feel that she's not? If anybody has a 2, I would really love some thoughts.
Them for months, go to jail. Idiots. No respect. I have literally no respect. I'm not even gonna call them out by name because they don't deserve my platform at all. I think they're shit. You know, I think karma will get them. And actually, at the end of the day, they're so unloyal. They're going to stab each other in the back.
Anybody that's pushing you too, please do not jump on these people. I'm really genuinely curious because I had a conversation with somebody that I really admire and they don't think she'll end up getting any jail time. So please, if you are willing to share why you feel that way, I would love to hear what your thoughts are because there were some things that I hadn't considered with cases and stuff.
And they're going to destroy each other. So I really don't have a whole lot to, to worry with. Oh, thank you, DJ. God bless you. But we'll see how everything goes, guys. It's already 60 minutes. I hung in there. Yay. But I do have to go to sleep. You guys know that tomorrow's going to be a long day. We're meeting some people first thing in the morning, and then we'll be heading to court.
A lot of you think they're going to jump straight to probation.
So we'll see what that looks like tomorrow.
Has anybody in the chat, and this might be too much for anybody to share, so please don't feel like you have to either. But has anybody in here been violated on that would be willing to share? And has that's why you feel that way or anything? I'm interested because there were some things that I had never considered before today about things with this case. I'm very hopeful. Please don't take that the wrong way. I'm still hopeful that she has consequences for her actions. Let me say it that way. I feel I'm going to continue to remain hopeful in our court system, but I think I'm very hesitant to give our court system much. I want to remain hopeful, but I'm trying to not be super realistic about how much I've seen people be let down by court systems.
I don't foresee me going live until after court, and it might be several hours after court because, again, depending on how late we get out of court.
Daily Mail, Stitching, I must have missed your upper comment. Hold on. Thank you guys for sharing too. I'm going back up and reading comments. I'm going to play this while I read the comments out.
It could be up to several, couple 2 to 3 hours before I can respond. But I'll try to go live just as soon as I break away from everything and everyone, and what have you. Guys, thank you so much for all your love and support. Just know that the money is going to the attorney's fees. We haven't started paying back any of the money that we borrowed.
Okay, this almost feels to me that she's prepping her people that if she's gone, she's still going to need money. I will say that that's the feeling I got from that, because she preps it in the beginning and at the end
Because every time I finally get some money to pay
about needing to pay back this and the channel recoup in 6 months kind of thing.
that back, another expense pops up. So if it wasn't for all of you, we'd be in a lot worse condition right now than we are right now. So God bless you. You know, that's the power of the coffee club. And I really do appreciate and love each and every one of you. And thank you so much for loving me. And
That's one thing. Her people will fiercely support communities on YouTube. I will say, no matter which part of the communities you're from or community you have and stuff, people will rally around her, whether we like it or not. They will. I don't know. I wouldn't, but that's my
keeping the Bullhorn Betty name out there. More importantly, keeping Sebastian's name alive when so many people
keeping her channel name out there. I want to take that back for a second so everybody can get that into full concept of what she listed first. Let's listen to all of that at once.
is going to the attorney's fees. We haven't started paying back any of the money that we borrowed, because every time I finally get some money to pay that back, another expense pops up. So if it wasn't for all of you, we'd be in a lot worse condition right now than we are right now. So God bless you. You know, that's the power of the coffee club. And I really do appreciate and love each and every one of you. And thank you so much for loving me and keeping the Bullhorn Betty name out there. More importantly, keeping Sebastian's name alive.
This is a whole loyalty speech to Betty and then the missing kid.
When so many people are trying to take that boy's voice. Because
that's not what this is about at all. Actually, not one bit. Not one bit.
Because they want to hide what happened to him.
This is about allowing his parents to be his voice.
And we're not going to allow that to happen.
And not let them be harassed at every turn when we don't have proof that they're guilty of anything at this moment. This is called victims' rights. Victims have rights.
So
he has rights.
Just remember, God
he is a missing child that cannot consent to this at all either.
Is wrapping us with his armor. We pray to God that armor.
Oh, and the faith manipulation. Got to include that in there too.
It's not pierced tomorrow, but we will see. I'm a fish out of
We've done it all tonight. Emotional manipulation, faith manipulation.
Water here. I do not trust anybody, and I think I'm going into the lion's den, but I'm going to go into that lion's den with my head held high because I know I didn't do anything wrong. Losing my cool is not justifiable for an arrest. Sorry, it's just not. So keep the prayers going. We love you. Rock it out with your coffee beans out. Don't forget to be fearless. If you see something, say something. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And until next time, please be safe. But more importantly, please quit being the dirtbags on YouTube and be kind to one another. Okay? Kick the trash to the trash can and let's move in a positive direction for the betterment of all.
This is a positive direction.
These cases, not just Sebastian's.
For a betterment of all of these cases.
Talk to you soon.
Wow. Wow. Can you say disconnected? Deep thoughts with Beddy. The deep thoughts of Bullhorn Beddy. Before potentially jail time. Possibly only court. Okay, let's get through these. Let's read some of these. She's making a mockery out of the judge's orders. She needs to be an example in case other whack jobs try to do the same shit. Agreed. This judge will not rule against this grieving family with the evidence. In my opinion, I really hope not, Terry. I do wish they'd make her get mental help. Can they in another state? That's a good question. One, unless she already served time, but also think Tennessee doesn't want to pay to house her. Oh, no jumping at all. Many people don't. I hope YouTube takes her channel. Isn't Tennessee supposed to be a red law and order state? I've heard that. I believe she has more charges pending. I foresee jail time, anger management, therapy, and community service. That could be interesting. Probation. Lawyer going to argue she was acting out of ignorance of the law before she hired representation. I think the thing about that is, and it could be easily discredited with probably words of her own. I don't know when she started talking about how she knew the law and had looked up the law, but I know she had mentioned it before she went to Tennessee too. So that could probably be used in reverse too, I would say. Probation. I have no. Okay. You think she'll go to jail? That it could be considered irresponsible of the court to not give her jail time since she has shown a pattern of behaviors. Haley hopes. I hope so. You think she'll be fined? Yeah. Yep, tinfoil. I agree. It is possible. Is it possible? It's possible. Can they do that, Jennifer? Can they ban somebody from the state? Jails are so full. Yeah, that's one thing that we were talking about today is the overcrowding. But I don't think jail. I think she'll get a stern warning and probation. Angie, that's valid. I just think a lot of people are very realistic because of being a victim and being so let down by the court over and over again that they mention things that I didn't once consider myself. Like families have tried for protections and been denied so many times recently that it's kind of alarming. And I'm not trying to piss on anybody's Cheerios either. Like I really hope she gets the consequences of her actions. I really do, whatever that is. But they have been there's been a lot of letdowns recently, well, over the years for a lot of people with courts. You think she'll get jail? You'll think they'll read her the riot act, and if she fucks around again, then yes to jail. I don't know what Tennessee typically hands out for something like this. If it's the felony, like people claim with her statements, I think jail after 6 of them, and it continued. Sorry, I'm reading these. I'm trying to read as fast as I possibly can. Yeah, Melissa, I agree with that. Okay, not in legal field, but I think it's first judge. That's shorty. I've heard a lot of people say that 90 days and suspend 80. That's a good reality. Yeah, Kay, it'll be really scary for future victims and their families and continued even more for this family going forward if that's the case, truly, in my opinion. She cannot be on probation. She lives in Florida. That's, ooh, good point. I didn't even think about that. Grift from her subs. Yeah. Yeah, Terry, that's a good point. She will be arrested, you think? Daily Mail. Stitching, is there an article in Daily Mail? That was one where she has 6. Napa Valley girl. Interesting. Thank you, River House. When you catch up, your ex went to jail. 1 strike, 2 strike. See, I'm not familiar with all of this. Public and open court. Thank you. Yeah. Ooh, some of you guys are bringing up some really good lost some hope Sunday. That makes sense. She gave Molly Chris's cell phone number. She's the one. Is that provable? Much Endeavors? Can they prove that? Are you sure that's not from Spanky's team? I hope so, SS. I really do hope that they should, because they're making it into a circus and there's a missing child here and they're taking so much away from that. Tinfoil tiara. I don't want to make anybody lose hope, but I also don't want people to, like, from real victims and their families, they've been let down by a lot of the courts recently, and that's a reality I didn't even want to acknowledge either. But I'm really hopeful that we see change. It's got to start somewhere, right? And we've got to have hope. You got violated but got more probation. Okay, she needs monthly bills paid. Thank you guys for all being a part of this conversation. You really think she's going to leave in the middle of the night? Oh no, that would be the stupidest thing. Your Kiwi mate. I agree. Uh-oh, what's wrong with my health? Oh, it says my bedtime. My thing just alerted that I need to be in bed. Families need, I agree, Mercedes girl. Yep, revival, absolutely. That's up to them. You think it will be fine, Lauren? Mental health evaluation. I don't know how that can be ordered in another state. I'm going to have to look into that. Me. Whoever posted their bond, that's interesting. Just another troll. I've been hearing that a lot, and I'm curious if that's why if it is a rental, if that's why she got it grifted. Thank you all for being here and being a part of the conversation and answering that. It's just really interesting to see. And please don't take it that I'm trying to take anybody's hopefulness away. Like, when you actually talk to victims and listen to their experiences and the letdowns that they're so often feeling from courts and being protected, it's probably just a complete, people have been let down by the courts, and victims should be protected, but so often that doesn't happen. Get into the lion's nest. I can't take her anymore, right? Yeah, she threw it all in there. She threw every grift in there. She's trying to be Trump, man. Well, the political shit that they put in there at the end, like I already see what's going to happen here. If she does end up going to jail, I'm telling you right now, there is going to be some martyr type shit going on, major martyr type shit, and it's going to be all out war of political propaganda being pushed in there. And again, it's not a conservative versus a liberal thing; it's an extremist entitlement thing. So. Conservatives that I know would never act like this. That's why I'm like, please make a distinct separation here. This is like the extremist offshoots. What makes me think she won't go to jail? Because a lot of courts don't like to fuck with shit like this. Multiple states, from state to state, like holding somebody else in another state, and all of the. They like to. I don't know. We'll see. And they're really hesitant, and some judges aren't well versed in what is journalistic privilege and what's not too. And we've kind of seen that get blurred with YouTubers recently. Ugh. Thank you, Janice. Thank you so much for that. There's just a lot of points that they brought up that I was like, oh. But I did see that Idaho actually determined that it was defamation of what that one, I think it was a psychic, did to the professor. Thank you, Janice, for the support. Yeah, Petty, I'm very concerned about that, truthfully. Probation could be transferred to Florida. If they will take, yes, she can give probation in your state if residents Florida will take her for, See, interstate stuff gets expensive. I do know that, to move out of, like, to be in another state and be on probation. I do know that that can happen at times, but they can ban her from the county and possibly the internet. Mama PI. Interesting. Thank you, Angie. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this will be interesting. You guys will have to keep me posted because I will be away tomorrow. So, Corinne, thank you. Corinne. To Panama. Aries girl, I don't think we could get so lucky. Oh. Wayne, I'm not understanding what you're saying. Oh, I'm not only afraid for Katie, I'm afraid of a lot of creators that have an option opinion and what they want. They think there's a KB. I think they're very dangerous. I don't know what a KB is. I'm not following Wayne. Sorry. Victim rights and safety are paramount. Absolutely, Terry. It'll be interesting. It'll be an interesting day to see what happens. My concerns are just the fact that courts don't really like to get into a lot of shit from state to state. They also there's a lot. I haven't looked into if it's election season for this judge or his record. That will play a factor in it too. I hate to say that, but it will. It will depend on the crowding in the jails, truthfully, in the women's side and what their capacity is. There's a lot of things that go into this. It's unfortunately, you would think from a perspective of the victims, like it should be straight across the board. Like they should just want to, uphold the law and protect the victims. And I really hope that's the outcome. I really, really genuinely hope that's the outcome. But there's a lot of factors that go into this, and our prisons are overpopulated. Our jails are overpopulated. And so many people are getting off with some pretty light shit. And maybe Tennessee won't be that way. I have not looked at a lot of the factors that go into these things. I don't know what their typical is for a case like this, but there's some it could be interesting. I think no matter what the case is, she's going to try to play the martyr out of it. she's pretending it, like she's acting like this is like, you know how many people get in trouble for violations on ROs? It's a lot. Like a lot of people get violated, but not enough people get violated. People get violated a lot of times on weird shit, but don't get violated on scary shit too. Like it just varies so much with all of this shit, truthfully. And I think most people, I will say this too, most people I know who have had them have been let down at some point in time in the process through the courts with violations of a spouse or somebody stalking them or things like that. Like, so. All right, y'all, I'm going to get out of here. It is past my bedtime and I got to get up in the morning, get littles off work and then get the big little off. So I will not see you guys. I will probably give members an update tomorrow and let you know how she's doing, but I probably will not see you guys at least until Wednesday, depending on how it goes. Hopefully it goes really well. Yeah, that is true. Play nice. Like there are some extenuating circumstances here that I hope are taken into account. It's just I'm really unsure what the outcome will be. I'm hopeful. I'm really hopeful that it's a win for victims' rights, truly for this family. Like they deserve to be protected and have their rights upheld too. They really do. So, I just hope we're not epically let down again. I really hope that it's victims and their families deserve to be protected. Thank you, Kay. Yeah, Snorky Mama, Terry Lynn had made flyers of Sebastian missing and posted. Terry Lynn's did a lot of crooked ass shit beyond flyers and putting them out, though. Terry Lynn's been a huge factor in the drama the entire time. Good night, Passion for Victims. She's done some pretty fucked up shit that I just can't overlook. She might have handed out some flyers, but in my opinion, does the good outweigh the bad? Like, I don't know. People keep saying, like, I heard Spanky say tonight that if it wasn't for them, and the drama and shit, basically, that nobody would know. And it's just like, no. We go in, she has to be there at 9:45 tomorrow morning. If it wasn't for these people creating a shitstorm from almost jump, would the outcome have been different? Would the parents have felt comfortable coming and asking for help and awareness? Like, would that have changed? But with social media so interested in finding who done it so fast that they closed that opportunity off, we don't truly know what this would have been like if the circumstances were different in the beginning. Yeah, she's really nervous. She's super nervous because they're going in to like reroute those sinuses and clean out. So she's got, for anybody that doesn't know what I'm talking about, my oldest daughter's having surgery tomorrow. They're going in to she's got compacted sinuses. But why she's got compacted sinuses is because when she had her facial surgery in June of 2022, right before I got my YouTube channel, she had a complete like reconstructive surgery on her face. Her nose is held together. Her nose and her jaw are held together by pins and screws because she had such a severe underbite. Sorry. She had a stage 3 occlusion. So she had her face like was total. It was bad. She was wired shut for 6 weeks. And it was an incredibly, some of you have probably had them. Oh my gosh, it's spelled something so crazy and it's right on the tip of my tongue and I can't even say it. It starts with an A something. It's a complete rewire of the jaw. Anyways, when they did that, they cut her sinuses in her sinus cavity, of course, and they rerouted them. So they've like shifted down into like her cheeks, her sinus cavities. And so they're compacted now. And we both have compacted sinuses. I have a deviated septum. They fixed her deviated septum when they did her surgery, but they have to go in and like reroute her sinuses back up. And then they're cleaning out the compactions. So they're going to try to reroute them around the hardware so they're not down like in her cheeks. Yeah, it's supposed to be an outpatient procedure. The first surgery was they were supposed to keep her in over 36 hours and she was out in under 24. and she did okay. It was a really rough recovery. So we're hoping that this isn't bad, but it will be interesting. She's a tough cookie for sure. I'll show you guys. I'll post pictures for you guys to see like what it looks like with an x-ray with all the hardware interface. Yes, Revival, me too. 100%. I hope they somehow stop her from continuing this. Good, Corinne. That I'm glad. Yeah. They say it's pretty painful, but a lot of you guys have had sinus surgery. The only thing that I'm a little hesitant about is just because they have to reroute. Like the way that they ended up is just so weird. It's the weirdest thing, but it's because of that surgery. So she'll do fine though. She is a tough cookie. She has had so many fucking things. I'm just afraid because it always flares up for trigeminal neuralgia. So Mama's over here. I'll be sleeping on the couch with her for the next couple days and stuff. So they said she'll be okay. My mother-in-law was like, fuck, that's the roughest surgery I've ever had. And I'm like, shh, don't tell her that. Oh, do you garden weeding? Yeah. See, it's a very common thing. I've been putting off that surgery for like 3 years. I have compacted sinuses and I get infections in there and then I have to take a ton of antibiotics. And it's getting to the point where it's going to be an emergency surgical issue at some point because I just keep putting it off and taking antibiotics. But I don't have time. I don't want to be my kids all have crap going on. The Illinois newspaper. That's crazy. Welcome in from Ukraine. Yeah, it will go great. And it'll go great. Shop, no, Revival. That's a good point. I have not seen Shop in the last couple videos. Good catch. She'll do great. Yeah. Thank you guys. She'll do good. Garden of Whedon. So she also that's a complicated question. So yes, she has problems with dizziness, but they just found this weird, she gets migraines all the time. So she's got trigeminal neuropathy, neuralgia, and she's got migraines. Well, initially we thought the migraines caused her dizziness. Well, come to find out she's got this little, I don't even know what you call it. It's not a compaction. It's it's something that affects the flow of blood to the brain in her spinal area. And it's not I don't know. It's weird. There's a whole fucking long name for it. But they just found that the other day. So when she moves positions at times, it can change the flow of blood flow to her brain. And that's what causes her headaches. So that's what's causing her headaches and her dizziness. But that's been chronic since she was born. It was something she was born with. So we don't really know if she experiences dizziness from the sinuses. It's hard to answer that. Oh, okay. Yeah. See, it's so hard to answer those things because it's well, it's a little more complicated than yes, but we don't know what it is that causes it. And they just found that. So we don't know, she's had that forever. So we don't really know what that's responsible for. We don't know if it's major, causing all of her migraines or what it is. She's not the easiest kid to figure out. Let me just put it that way. She is a very complicated child. She just got in trouble in Tennessee, the Illinois newspaper. How'd she do that? She's got court tomorrow. You have the same thing in the neck? Yes. You had an MVR. An MVR is what you've
MVR.
MVR. You want to? They're all saying good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
She's doing her nails. She's messing around with her little nail kit that she got herself.
Will you see if my cat got in the trash can?
Whiskey. Oh my God. Yeah. They're all right here, sis. You guys want to see the terrible her kids? These are Kenzie's brats, by the way, not mine.
And Whiskey. Smush was going to see what she was doing.
She's got the garbage can. Hey, Whiskey.
Smush was over here.
Do you see Whiskey right there? Hiding behind the door? Like, you can't see me. I'm not here. I didn't pull the garbage over. That was Smush. What are you two little shits doing? You got toilet paper on your face, Smush, even.
Right.
Smush is definitely the one that's responsible for it. Whiskey, get out of the garbage. Oh. Luna had to come see. You guys, Kenzie's cat is an absolute shit. An absolute shit. These two, the worst kitties ever. She drinks out of the toilet, you guys. She got into the toilet paper roll the other day. The toilet paper. She's got it's all her too. Look. She can't even lie that it's not her because she's got toilet paper on her face. Little shit. You guys are so bad. Hold on. Say hi, friends. Eclipse, tell your friends hi. Say hi. There's Smush. There's Dexter and Luna. Oh, here's the big baby. Hold on. Say hi. Past my bedtime. The camera's going to take her soul. Say goodnight. She's like, I don't like you people. All right. You guys all have a wonderful night, and I will talk to you guys very soon. I hope tomorrow that victims get some rights restored. Good night, you all. Have a wonderful evening.